afternoon. I am Dom.
I am Jamie.
And welcome back to the cutting room floor. Today, I'm not even going to mention it. There's no need. We keep our word around here.
That's right.
Despite what many of you may think, we keep our word. And today, last week, we did Lego Batman Classic. And today, we're doing one that I don't hear talk about a lot, but I think a lot of people should go and watch, especially if you were a fan of A Real Pain, which Kieran Culkin just won an Oscar for, which I think is a great performance, but I think it's category fraud because he's pretty much co-lead. It's an hour and 30, dude's an hour and 24 of it. He's in the whole fucking movie. And it's kind of about him, too. It's just told through Eisenberg's eyes. Yeah. Just Eisenberg's eyes, but it's about Culkin. But nonetheless, good win, good performance. But a movie people don't really know about, because I didn't know about this movie until about, 2 months ago you told me about it?
Yeah.
Igby Goes Down, 2002.
Yes.
Throwback. Who directed this?
Burr Steers.
Great name.
Yes.
This film stars a whole lot of dudes.
Yeah.
But the most important one is Kieran Culkin. And we'll talk about the other players as we go along, but this is a Culkin show.
Yeah, it is.
And you told me something last night that blew me away. He only had 2 weeks to prepare for this role.
Yeah, he got cast 2 weeks before they started filming, which is amazing.
And when you see this,
yes,
you couldn't have told me this guy's name wasn't Igby and that he wasn't living this rich kid, rebellious life.
Yeah.
You just couldn't tell me he wasn't. When you said that, I was like, what? I was like, you would think this guy had this script glued to his face for 3 months.
He wrote it.
Yeah. Wow. Dude, we'll get to some scenes. I won't jump into it. But there was a specific scene where I was like, okay, yeah, this dude's for real.
Was it at that party?
Well, I did. That was when I started to like his character.
Oh, okay.
But
you did say that. Yeah, that's when the movie started to amp up for you.
When he goes to work for DH, that's when it starts to amp up and when it really kicks in. Although the quotes were all good from start to finish. The writing is very good. I didn't love the pacing at first, but once it finds its spot and it just goes from there. But let's give it some stats.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes, 75%.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not too bad. Not amazing, but I think if this came out now, this would get a much higher score. I think if this came out now, it would actually probably get awards recognition.
Yeah.
At least a screenplay. At least for the screenplay.
Shit, I should have said Alexander Payne for a director.
So I thought. So he was my
holdovers.
He was my second pick.
Yeah,
I had two. I had one I liked just a touch more because of a film that we'll talk about when we get there.
And the kid from the holdovers. I didn't even think about him.
Shit.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think about him. I got someone else you're gonna like too, but I like him too.
Yeah.
Man,
sorry, we're jumping ahead just because.
Damn, I didn't even think about him.
Yeah, me either.
We gotta get him in some recasts because we're running out of younger guys.
Yeah, we are.
We can't. Tom Holland should be getting this much more. And no, I didn't recast Tom Holland for Igby.
If it was up to us, Tom Holland would be in everything.
Tom Holland would be bigger than Brad Pitt ever was. Tom Holland. I'm like, any movie.
He never has any downtime. He's working
all the time. Zendaya who? I say anything that has a cast of people under 30, Tom Holland's always in the film.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, but it's just because he fits.
He fits so many molds.
Yeah,
Scott Pilgrim, who the fuck else would you get?
Yeah, he would honestly be perfect.
He would kill that. I'm like, who else would you get? But IMDb, 6.8, not too bad. Letterboxd 3.4, also not too bad.
Did you do a Letterboxd for it?
I did. I'll say what I gave it later.
Okay, all right.
So, this film, it's about, it's a rich kid story.
Yeah, it's A Catcher in the Rye, but in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I can't relate to this movie at all.
Yeah, I can't relate to it.
You can't relate to it at all.
No.
I don't have rich godfathers.
Yes.
That can, give me a summer job and change my life. I don't have the option to go into Columbia or all these other prestigious schools or military school or wherever the fuck because I have rich parents. I couldn't relate to this movie at all. But I still loved it. And
you can still relate to Teen Angst.
I was just going to say, I can relate to where Kieran was at that time in his life. Because 17 years old is the most confusing time, I think, almost got to be the most confusing time in anyone's life.
Yeah.
You're getting ready to finish high school. You don't know what you're going to do next. Are you going to college? Are you going to work? Are you going to go to the military? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And no decision ever seems right.
No, not at all, because you are constantly changing.
Yes. And at 17,
yeah,
who you were in June is different than who you are in October.
Yeah, that's true. Yes,
It's a tough time in one's life. And despite what Igby does in this movie, I think he handled things well, to be honest. I think he handled things well, especially some of the information he learns in the end. And I'm like,
oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm like, I think he handled this quite well for a rich white kid, for sure. And, you know, you gotta love Ryan Phillippe because
he plays that character really well.
He plays the rich, douchey, prep school type guy so well. This was just an extension of Cruel Intentions.
Yes,
you know?
it was.
Like,
maybe that's why they cast him.
That's definitely why they cast him. They're like, they saw Sebastian and Cruel Intentions and was like, yeah, this is our dude. They were like, God damn it, he's too old to play Igby. Oh, he could be his brother. You know, like,
that's his older brother. Why not?
Why not?
He still looks young enough.
He still looks young enough. Yeah, he did. But I actually liked Ryan Phillippe back in the 90s and early 2000s. He was doing some decent work.
You know what he did last summer.
I do know what he did last summer. He got killed.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. But I won't lie. I watched I Know What You Did Last Summer this past Halloween. Bro, it's a lot better than I even remembered.
Really?
I was actually quite entertained.
Jennifer Love Hewitt and her Dumbo ears?
Yep, Jennifer Love, huge tits. Ryan Phillippe. You know, you got Sarah Michelle, Buffy the Vampire.
Oh, yeah. And is it her husband?
Freddie Prinze?
Yeah,
dude, Junior. Or Freddie.
Freddie.
Not Freddie Prinze. Freddie from Scooby.
Freddie Jones.
Yeah. Is that his last name?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Freddie Jones. Yep, Freddie Jones. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about Igby Goes Down.
Wait, do you know Shaggy's name?
No, what is his name?
Norval Rogers.
See why he goes by Shaggy?
Yeah.
Norval Rogers.
And also,
like a scientist.
If anything happens, he's always saying it wasn't him.
No, it wasn't me. Got me banging on the floor. She got me in the shower.
Lubba. Shut up, Shaggy. My God.
Shaggy. I'm like, I don't know what that motherfucker said in that whole song, but it sounded good. That song was so big.
It was.
I heard that song at least 2-3 times a day by accident for like 2 straight years. And I was like, it was everywhere. But anyway,
yeah, it wasn't him.
It wasn't. Hey, deny till you die.
That's right. That's right.
So Kieran Culkin, a.k.a. Igby, and I know Igby's a real name, or weird name, but it's not his real name.
Yeah, they go into
it. Explain later why they call him that. But Igby he's a rich kid, and he lives with Mimi, his mother, played by the legendary, and have you seen Susan Sarandon lately?
No.
She looks better now than she did in that damn movie.
Really?
Bro, she's in that movie, The Gutter, with Shamik Moore.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Bro, I was like, how old is Susan Sarandon? She's like 75 or 6 or some shit.
Really?
Looking fantastic. I'm like, her and Jane Fonda, they drinking out the same pool. I'm like,
you're going to be cruising around Hollywood.
I'm going to be bro, listen. I go to have a night with me, Jane, and Sarandon, bro. Y'all can call me the Cougar Catcher. Like,
the Cougar Catcher.
Y'all be calling me Cruising Cougar.
Wow.
And like, look.
Maybe you should name your ride the Cougar Cruiser.
The Cougar Cruiser, yes, sir. We'll make a theme park totally based on Cougars, Panthers, Jaguars.
Yeah, the Golden Shower Girls.
Yeah. It sounds like a mature porno.
It does, doesn't it? Oh, it's terrible. And they're probably just incontinent anyway. So it's involuntary.
So like without the depends, that's what you're getting.
Yeah. So. They're always squirting. It's just not how you think. You're not the Casanova you thought you were, buddy.
Yeah.
That's just nature.
That's just nature calling, baby. Oh, man, that's fucking wild. So it starts out, you see Ryan Phillippe, a.k.a. Oliver, who is Igby's older brother, and you see Igby, played by Kieran Culkin, and you see Mimi, played by Susan Sarandon, who's their mother, and they call her that. I guess everyone does, so that's like, everyone called my grandmother Mimi, no matter who the fuck you were.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her name was Amelia. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, so everyone...
Wait, so was Mimi a nickname for Amelia?
I guess.
I never knew that. That's.
I guess. I mean... Oh, yeah, it is, because I knew another chick named Amelia, and she went by Mimi.
Okay.
And she was younger, and I was like, I just feel like this is a name you should call someone older. Cause
yeah.
I call my
like Mimi Rogers, the actress?
Yeah, but, yeah, so they're killing Mimi. The very beginning, I'm like, well, is this how we're starting out? Susan Sarandon gonna die in the first 2 minutes?
Yeah.
I thought she'd be in this. I did think I was going to see a lot more Bill Pullman.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why I didn't put him in the recast, because he's really probably got a total like 7 minutes.
Yeah, but his 7 minutes are impactful.
It is impactful.
But Bill Pullman is so underrated.
He is underrated. Dude, Casper? Come on.
Yeah. Of course.
Wait, wasn't he in Serpent of the Rainbow?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, it was like, that was him.
Yeah.
Banging the little light skin joint.
I mean, look, Spaceballs.
Spaceballs is a classic.
Serpent in the Rainbow. Independence Day.
Casper. The Equalizer movies.
Oh my God, he was.
Yeah,
right. He was his friend.
He was his friend. He's married to Melissa Leo.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, he's in there. He was dude. I think I looked at it. Bill Pullman's like over 100 movies.
Really?
Yeah, but his letterbox is crazy.
Was Spaceballs his first, I wonder?
It's gotta be. What year is Spaceballs?
Like 87?
Yeah, 87? Yeah, it's gotta be one of
86 or 87.
Well, shit.
Serpent of the Rainbow was 87.
Yeah, I was like, Serpent of the Rainbow's around there. So I'm like,
yeah,
it's gotta be somewhere in there. But,
wow. So
they're killing their mother. And I'm like, okay, that's happening. But then you realize she's not dead at this moment. And it kind of made me wonder, was this supposed to be him telling the story of how he got there?
I think
or was
so.
The director just teasing us to put us on the hook real quick?
Have you read Catcher in the Rye yet?
I haven't read it yet.
Okay, so Catcher in the Rye, it's like Holden Caulfield telling the story of what he did over this like winter break.
Mm-hmm.
And some people think it's like him talking to a psychologist like a year or so later. And that might even be in the book. It's been a long time since I read it. If anyone knows, like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Put that in the comments if you're a Catcher in the Rye fan.
It's been a while since I've read it, decades. But I think, so like, this could be him thinking back to everything that led up to it in the time between when they do that and the spoon with the yogurt drops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we see this scene happen, and then that scene cuts, but then we see them all at dinner.
Yes.
When they're young.
And, yes.
And they got Rory Culkin to play. Because I was like, yo, what kind of fucking de-aging we got here? I was like, God damn, it looks just like Kieran. I was like, there's got to be another one.
Yeah.
And so I had to look that up.
Yeah,
I had to look that up. There's got to be another. I was like, okay, Rory, got it.
Yeah.
All you little motherfuckers got the same mom and dad because all y'all look alike.
Yes. Like, there's no DNA test required.
Like, when you see Kieran and Macaulay next to each other, I'm like, God, if y'all aren't brothers, I don't even know what to call you. But, so, you see them at dinner, and you notice right away that both the parents, Bill Pullman plays the father, which, guys, I'm sorry if you're a Bill Pullman fan, he ain't in this movie that much. You know that you can tell they're both drug addicts.
Yes.
All right, because they got assortments of pills, all different colors.
Yeah, of pharmacopoeia.
I was like,
they have,
like, that's a lot of pills. I was like, Jesus. And Susan Sarandon's like, oh, don't take those on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
And she's like,
oh yeah, and she's telling him like how dirty. Are you going to bathe this week?
Are you going to bathe this week? I'm like, what the fuck kind of? I was like, what kind of family dynamic is this? I was like,
it's definitely an F word. I don't think it's family.
No, it definitely ain't family. It ain't functional either.
Yeah,
but
no.
One thing they were was an R word, rich.
Yes, that's true.
Like,
yeah,
I'm like, if this is what being rich is like, it don't seem that dope.
Yeah, because you're kind of clinical and distant.
Yes, I'm like a lot of this movie reminded me a lot of The Squid and the Whale.
Oh, yes. Noah Baumbach.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love that. I absolutely love that movie. And I felt the exact same way about this movie.
And that was Jesse Eisenberg, wasn't it?
Young ass Jesse Eisenberg. And Jeff Daniels.
Another great
one of his best performances.
Yeah. And Jeff Daniels has a lot of great
performances. Dude, his little Spartan speed is amazing.
Yes,
I'm like, why is Jeff Daniels the best actor in Speed and he's only in it for like 4 minutes?
Really quick, have you ever seen, I may have asked you this before, Something Wild from like 86 or 87? Yeah, we have, haven't we? I haven't
seen it. It's on my list.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Don't spoil it.
Sometime we'll have to review that because that's a really good, because dude, that's the first thing I saw Jeff Daniels in where I realized he was a great actor.
He's more than Dumb and Dumber.
Yes, but he can also hold his own with Jim Carrey.
Heavyweights, yeah.
Yeah, and then he does like HBO shit like The Newsroom or whatever it was, and you're just like, God, he's just amazing. Yeah. And he does Broadway. I think he was Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird recently.
Better than Gregory Peck?
You know what? I wouldn't go that far, but I would say maybe in a modern sense he might.
Yeah. I mean, of course, he's probably watching Peck.
Oh, you have to.
Popping. I mean, I love Gregory Peck. That dude's great. But
your guy Ray Liotta's in Something Wild also. Early Ray Liotta.
R.I.P. to my man Ray.
Yeah. Ray with the gimpy leg.
Yeah. But this movie did remind me of Squid and the Whale because I couldn't relate to either of them because I ain't rich and I don't have these rich kid problems.
Yeah.
But God damn it made me care for, a lot of the people in it. I'm like, man, I'm worried about you. I hope you get to stay in your nice house, and I hope you get to go to your expensive ass college. And I'm like, I want you to have all this shit that you're supposed to have. Dave Chappelle said something funny back in the day. He was like, he's like, when black people have money, they're broke. It's just a temporary thing that they're someday gonna get out of. He's like, white people don't have money. It's terrible because they feel like it's not supposed to be happening to them.
and you know what? Because of the volatility of, let's say, the stock market lately, I understand that. Yeah, like this isn't supposed to happen to me.
That should have me cracking up.
Wow, that is funny.
Like, and it's probably accurate. I don't know.
And that's the crazy thing about Dave Chappelle. Like over the years, he's become more of a he's become more sage in his humor.
Yes.
And it's like you almost go to him for that wisdom.
Yes. I'm like, he does drop nuggets of wisdom. I'm like,
yeah.
Why is Dave Chappelle making more sense than anyone else? That's bad.
How come he's not running for president?
Exactly, bro. I'd be putting my vote in for Chappelle fast. That'd be great. So you see this, you notice right off the rip. The family dynamic here is absolutely trash. The parents don't like each other at all. Okay? The dad is depressed out his fucking mind.
Yeah, he's schizophrenic, we find out.
Yeah, he's schizophrenic. He's depressed.
Yeah.
He's got issues.
Yeah.
And Mimi is a total fucking bitch. I'm like, Susan, are you such a bitch? Now, I will say, I did like her in the end.
Yeah.
She comes a little bit clutch.
Well, I think once she starts dealing with whatever's happening to her, she does change.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Because she's like, shit, I can't be.
And one of the last things she says to Igby is, I'm glad I told you.
Glad I told you. Have that in quotes. And I'm like, yo, and if I'm him, I'd be like, yo, I actually am glad you told me because we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. That's way too much. We can't go there early. That's too much. So, Mimi, it's a matriarchy. Mimi runs shit.
Yes.
Mimi calls the shots. And Mimi, Igby fucking hate each other. Yes. Well, I'd say more so. Igby hates Mimi.
Yeah.
Mimi just deals with him. Yeah. She don't like him either, but...
Well, his conception, or he was... Well, I'll have to look at that quote then. Something about animosity, right? He was conceived in animosity, so why wouldn't his
life be?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, something crazy like that. And it's like, oh, okay. Because she understands him
And
I don't think he understands that she understands.
Yes. Yeah. And that's why she does let him get away with some of the stuff he does do. Because let's keep it real. If she wanted to put the clamps down, she could. She has the money to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah, or at least his godfather does.
Yeah, absolutely. But she got money too, man. You know what I mean? And it sounds like Bill Pullman had money and left some.
Yeah, but I think he only left it to Oliver.
Yeah, which is fucking bullshit.
Well, that means that he knew.
Well, he knew. But we'll get there. Okay. We're getting way.
We are.
We're jumping into the meat. See, that's the thing. This movie, the beginning of it, it's fine, but the meat really comes, I'd say, like I said, about 30-minute mark. But we learn that Igby is a terrible student.
Yes, we do.
He has no respect for authority.
Oh, my God. Heaven is such a great place. One of my favorite lines.
Dude, he's got a lot of lines.
Yes.
There. I was like...
Everything he says and
the delivery of it.
And like you said, knowing that he only had like 2 weeks to really prepare.
What? I was like, man, I thought he wrote this shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought he wrote this shit.
Or lived it at least.
Lived it, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and Kieran Culkin, he grew up a rich kid, but a different kind of rich kid.
Yeah.
You know,
like he was constantly working because he played Macaulay's brothers in like
Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone. And wasn't he an Uncle Buck? And
he's Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Love Uncle Buck. But yeah, he was working, and then right when he's a teenager, starting to get real work. So
yeah.
He's just been working hard the last like 10 years, man. He's been going stupid. But Igby's a terrible student. He has no respect for authority. And they're trying to figure out everything to get this kid in line and get him to just finish school somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because he's going to be 18.
He's going to be 18.
He's almost there.
And he just can't wait. And he goes to military school. And that's when you do get the title while he's in military school.
Oh, yeah. Igby Goes Down.
Igby Goes Down. And military school doesn't help him. The whole time he's in military school, you know, he's doing drugs.
Yes.
He's fucking...
Yeah, they have the apple bong.
Yep. Like, listen, everyone's smoked out of an apple bong once or twice in your life. You know.
He does say later on that he's a Pavlovian pothead.
Yes, he does. Yes,
the sound of a bong makes his eyes water.
Yeah. Water. Yes, he does say that.
Yes.
I was cracking up. I was like, this guy. But he likes drugs. Hates his brother. Hates his mom. Loved his dad though.
He did.
And it's funny that he loved his dad so much. We'll get into that later because that shit kind of flipped me on my head. But I did so. I had a hunch the whole film because I'm like,
your godfather isn't like that.
I'm like, Godfather.
Yeah.
I was like, you ain't Marlon Brando. But
you know, Goldblum was really good.
He's great, bro. He's good in everything. Yeah. Bro. Goldblum's always good. Honestly, but
he wasn't really Jeff Goldblum. You know how he's kind of like Jeff Goldblum and everything?
Yeah, he was
different
something else in this. Yeah. Because I'm like, Jeff Goldblum, he's always had steady work. He's what? At least 2-3 movies a year, it seems like.
Yeah.
But this felt different. Like, because Jeff Goldblum now, he's at that age where, like, you know, he's just playing you need a big star to play a reliable role. You know, he's that guy. Like in Wicked, you know.
Oh,
he doesn't have a big role in Wicked, but somebody reliable people know him. Like, but at this point in Jeff Goldblum's career, he was still quite active. He's probably like 50 in this movie, maybe a little younger or older.
It was just a couple years after. Was he in Jurassic Park 3? I can't remember. I know he's in 1 and 2.
I don't even fucking remember 3. I know he's in 1 and 2. I don't even remember 3.
Because Jurassic Park 3 would have come out in 2001.
2001, I think.
Yeah. So, well, either way, he's still riding high off of like Independence Day, which he was in with Bill Pullman.
Yep, Bill Pullman.
And the Jurassic Park films. And I realized watching this, even around this time, and this is going to sound crazy, but you know how he was kind of like jacked in like the Jurassic Park movies and stuff? He would have made a great Batman, I think.
Oh, he would have been a great Batman.
It would have been incredible, especially like...
his Bruce Wayne would have been out this world.
DH reminded me of like an asshole Bruce Wayne.
He's Lego Batman Bruce Wayne.
Yes, that's what he is. Yeah, that's what he is.
Like, he was. Yes. I'm like, he would have made a killer Bruce Wayne. You know, walking around smoking the cigar.
Yeah, because this proved he kind of has the the charisma, because even Igby calls him Captain Charisma.
Captain Charisma.
Yeah. Hey, Captain Charisma, there's my godfather.
He did. I'm like, let's keep it real, because like his character, he's married to that lady and she's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this dude could go easily, money or not, he could go pull a chick 15, 20 years younger.
Yeah, like he was. She was probably 30.
Yeah, Amanda Peet was 30 in that movie.
Yeah. So it's like...
which she was fantastic in this. But
wait, real quick, did you ever see Saving Silver?
Oh my God. I want a Big Montana with Arby sauce.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, JD. Oh, no problem, Judith. He said, I think I found something in the back of the closet. Fucking eating the spaghetti on the counter, bro. I fucking love that movie.
That's a great movie. I saw that in theaters too.
I saw that in theaters.
Yes.
While I was young.
I think we were the only people that went to see it.
Probably the only people who saw it. Probably made like fucking less than $1 million.
Whatever we spent on tickets is all it made.
Yeah, that's all it made. Yeah,
but dude.
I think me and my mom went and saw it.
Neil Diamond, man.
Dude. Jack Black. He said she didn't like the way his ass looked, made him get butt cheek implants.
Oh, yeah.
I thought his ass looked tighter.
Dude, Steve Zahn is
Steve Zahn was so good.
He's another underrated actor.
He's because he can play dramatic, he can do comedy, he can do it all. He's funny.
Did you ever see Happy Texas?
No. I've heard of that, though.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
He and Jeremy Northam, they're these like criminals who have to pose as like, I think like kids beauty pageant judges.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it actually is pretty good.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. But yeah, because, Steve Zahn, the first time I saw him was Reality Bites.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time I saw him, too.
Yeah.
Of course. And still the man.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, you're good,
Jeff Goldblum is fantastic.
Jeff Goldblum is great. And so, Igby, he goes to military school, and... he's got to figure out where he is going to go to fucking school because he can't go back to military school. And DH is Jeff Goldblum's character. And him and Mimi come up with a great idea that he should go work and help renovate one of his properties.
Yeah. He's like, come work for me. So yeah, when we were texting, we're like, God, they would have been great in Rushmore.
They would, them too.
Yeah, and then I rewatched it this morning.
It's Max Fisher. I'm like, and Jeff Goldblum could easily play Bill Murray's character.
Yeah, because that one scene, he's like, work for me this summer. And all I could hear was Bill Murray saying, come work for me.
Come work for me.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God.
I was in the shit.
Yeah, were you in the shit? Yeah. I was in the shit.
I was in the shit. Like, damn. Bill was so good in that movie, dude.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's like, all right, come work for me for the summer, figure your shit out, make a couple dollars, and then, you'll go to school in the fall. It'll be all good.
Yeah.
Well, Igby, that ain't a part of his fucking plan.
Oh, yeah, because he was going back to military school at that point.
Yeah, he was going back to military school. But
700 hours, sir.
When did you go back?
Yeah. 700 hours, sir.
700 hours, sir. So funny. So Igby goes to work for him, and they're driving down. They're having a little conversation, and you can see. I did notice. I was like, I'm like, well, Bill Pullman's out the picture. I was like, so Jeff Goldblum being his godfather, that could be a nice, father figure for him to have. Somebody, just somebody to talk to or some guidance. I mean, hey, if he's got some work for you, I don't ever hurt.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna get paid.
Yeah, so he's they're renovating this apartment, and it's beautiful. Thing probably costs like $6,000. That loft now, $5,000 a month. In New York, $5,000 a month, if not more.
Yeah,
I was like,
because depending on where it is.
I'm like, dude, if it's in like Soho or something, oh my God, it's $6,500, bro.
It would almost have to be because she was an artist.
She was an artist,
and that was her workspace.
That was her workspace,
just like Russell was an artist.
Yep, Russell.
What kind of art do you do?
Performance art.
Yeah.
So you don't paint?
Yeah.
Do you paint?
Yeah.
I do performance art, so you don't paint.
Yeah, just God, Kieran Culkin.
He killed his delivery.
And he held his own with like Jared Harris.
Oh yeah, Jared Harris was so good in this.
Yeah,
he was awesome. I thought Jared Harris was great in this. Held your own with Jeff Goldblum. It was all the adults were heavyweights.
Yeah.
Even Claire Danes has been acting for well over 10 years at that point.
Oh, yeah, because she was coming off of My So-Called
was like, what, 94?
Yeah.
So I'm like, she had been getting...
And that was after Romeo and Juliet and everything. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Romeo and Juliet, what was that, 97?
It might have been 95, 96, because it was before Titanic. And Paul Rudd was in it.
It is before Titanic.
So it was right after Clueless.
I think it's 96.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got to be 96. Clueless 95. It's got to be 96. Which, terrible film. Sorry. I don't love it.
You're just not a Shakespeare fan.
I like Shakespeare.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
I don't like this film.
Like modern...
The modern...
No, you hate John Leguizamo.
I love John Leguizamo. It's
you think he's a pest.
Yep. That fucking movie. My God. The title couldn't be more appropriate because he was a fucking pest. But I, as a kid, thought that movie was hilarious. And it's funny because the themes in that movie have been explored so many times since then, just in more serious ways.
Yes.
Like the idea of people hunting someone down.
Oh, yeah.
I see that so much in movies lately. But anywho, so AB starts working on the apartment. And it's him, I don't know, whoever the dude he was working with. It was
oh my God.
Shit. The dude's laying on the fucking table.
It's like reverse Darwinism.
Yeah.
And then he said something else, or some other kind of Darwinism. Like I forget what he said, and I love how he was just like, "What?"
Yo, he's looking at him like, "Dude, I don't even know what you're talking about."
Yeah.
But DH comes through to check on progress.
Bigger picture Darwinism.
Bigger picture Darwinism. Yeah. That is what he said.
What?
DH comes through to check on the loft, see how they're doing, see if they're getting it right.
Yeah.
And he brings in Amanda Peet, who's Rachel. Who was one of my favorite characters in the film. And Amanda Peet, she fine as hell, bro. She's still fine. She's like 8 years older than Claire Danes and looks about 10, 15 years younger right now.
She, did you ever see the show Brockmire with Hank Azaria?
I love Hank Azaria, though.
It was on IFC channel. He's like a baseball announcer who finds out that his wife is like cheating on him, and he like kind of like goes crazy. So he gets kicked out of the major leagues and starts announcing for like the minor leagues.
That's probably funny as shit.
Yeah, it was on for like 4 seasons.
Yo, incredible. 4 seasons, that'd be decent. It was probably funny.
And I don't know if Amanda Peet is in every season, but she's at least in the first one with him. And yeah, Hank Azaria, he's incredible. He's incredible. And you got to hear him just, his announcer voice.
Oh, it's probably great.
Yes.
You see, I'm watching Major League last week, and I'm fucking cracking up, bro. And
did you watch all 3 of them?
No, I'm watching 2 tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sure 3. I've never seen 3. I'm sure it's gonna be bad.
Oh, probably. I think it's just Corbin Burns.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think any of the main players. I don't even think Wesley's in 2, which sucks.
Oh yeah, he was in the first one.
He's great in the first one.
Well, he was somebody by the time too.
Yeah, by the time. Yeah, I'm like, dude, he had already did like New Jack City and shit like that. So he was like, yo, fuck.
Probably White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah, he did White Man Can't Jump. That was like 3 years after that. Yeah, he built a rapport in like 5 years after that.
Because before that, it was just like Wildcats with
Goldie Hawn and Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
They worked together a lot. Huh?
They did. They were in like 3 or 4 films.
Yeah, they were buddies.
But I
love Wildcats.
They were like a money train.
They were.
Which is one of their films.
Yeah, money train. I was like, they was getting work together.
Yeah.
So he comes through and he's got Amanda Peet or Rachel, and obviously he's fucking her.
Oh yeah, you can tell.
Dude, he's all up on her, man. He's touching her and shit. It's obvious. And I mean, you can't blame him. Like, look, and I'm like, listen, guys, Jeff Goldblum, money or not, could pull this chick.
Yeah.
He could.
Especially that era.
That era Jeff Goldblum, he could pull an Amanda Peet, money or not. If you got money, definitely pull an Amanda Peet. So Amy sees him, and he's scoping it out. He's clearly attracted to Rachel as well.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he wouldn't be. Like I said, she looks fantastic. And
I love what he says to Igby. He's like, how are you doing, Igby? You're doing well. How's this construction doing? Well?
So he sees him, and he's like, you can tell he's like, damn, man, DH is living that life, man.
Yeah.
He got the money, a hot little chick, and he got a wife. And we'll get to that a little bit later. But, they work on the apartment, and he's like, and the summer comes around, having a big party at a little beach house in the Hamptons.
Yeah, because he stays at DH's place on the weekends. He stays with his brother at Columbia
during the week. And stays at DH's place at the Hamptons on the beach on the weekends. What a life.
Yeah, it's got to be tough.
Gotta be tough, man.
Yeah, because DH's wife, Bunny, is talking to him like, boys, it's so good of you to be here. And Iggy's like, I've been here
every weekend. Yeah, I was like, is the house that fucking big? You didn't notice I'm here? I'm like, geez. So this party is interesting because that's kind of when you see a lot of the major players introduced.
Yes. And they're playing Bohemian Like You by the Dandy Warhols when that scene in the loft ends and that scene begins, that's the song that's playing.
I didn't even know.
Great soundtrack in this film.
It is a good soundtrack in this film. I did catch that. But this is when, so he's at this party, and this party's great because he points out some things. He's clearly hitting on Rachel. Right in front of DH. And DH is watching out the corner of his eye.
Yeah, he's like...
Because, his wife's there, so he got...
She's getting flirty with him, too.
She is, yeah. Oh, yeah. She was... Oh, he's like, let me get a cigarette. And, she gives him one.
But
do you have a light?
But that's after he meets Sookie.
Yes, Sookie, was it Sookie Saperstein?
Yeah, Sookie Saperstein. Sookie Saperstein.
So he meets Sookie. Sookie's hired help. She's works for the catering company, played by Claire Danes. I liked her look in this movie with the curly blonde hair. I thought it was a cool look for her.
And her like Kurt Douglas.
Kurt Douglas chick, yeah.
Kurt Russell, where'd that come from?
She looked decent in this, not nearly as good as Amanda Peet, but she looked all right in this. Her character is interesting because she's a little sarcastic asshole, and they go on the beach.
She is, yes.
And she's smoking a clove, and he asks her to bum one, and I'm like, bro, you want a whole clove? I'm like, just ask for a couple hits, bro. I'm like, you want to smoke a whole clove, bro. Fuck that.
Yeah, and I love that she's like, no.
She was like, no. She said no. I was like, damn. No. She flat out said no. And I thought that was funny, but...
And I think that's when he fell in love.
That is, he clearly... Because I think he saw a piece of his mother in him. And they say, say people are attracted to people. If you had they always say women go for guys like their dads and guys go for women like their mothers.
It goes back to like Greek tragedy, right? Uh-huh. It's like, what do you call a gingerbread house?
A gingerbread house?
An edible complex. Now, that's not an edible.
No, it's not edible.
But it's edible.
If you can eat it.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Yes.
That's funny. So I do think he sees a little bit of his mom in her.
I never thought that way, but I think you're right.
Just the attitude, because she's snarky and sarcastic and kind of fuck you, and and she's a challenge. And let's keep it real. Us guys, we like a slight challenge. Not too much. I'm not about to jump through a ring of fire to get the pussy, but...
And you're right, because he's always going after older
women.
Yeah.
He's like me in that sense.
And because he hates his mom, he's always going to... You're right. I never thought of it that way, psychologically speaking.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
And his mom says something at the end to him, too, which kind of put it in perspective, because...
I'm glad I told you.
Well, that, too, but just like you said earlier, it's like, she understands him far more than he realizes that she does. And I think he understands her more than she realizes he does, too.
Yeah.
And I do think there's admiration for one another through the tragedy, because I think there's a part of his mom who's like, okay, yeah, Ollie gets the grades and does everything right, but I respect you because you don't give a fuck. And you don't kiss ass to get where you want. You do what you want, and Ollie's going to kiss as much ass as he has to.
Yes. Yeah, because he has to.
Because he has to.
Yeah, and being the older brother, everyone's looking at him to be a role model.
Yep. And Igby's like, I don't give a fuck. And Mimi's kind of, I don't give a fuck too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they're a lot more alike than they would like to admit. And that's very apparent. And I think it shows in the women he tries to date as well. So he goes back, they go back inside. We find out that Sookie works for the catering company, because he was like, he's like, are you somebody's daughter?
Oh, yeah.
Of course I'm somebody's daughter.
Yeah.
That shit's funny. But, so, yes,
what kind of name is Igby?
Come in,
What kind of name is someone named Sookie?
The kind of name someone Sookie you can't say anything about. That shit had me cracking up.
Yeah.
That was when I really started to like him. This motherfucker is making me laugh. And so, He asks Rachel for a cigarette, and she gives him one. He says, "You got a light."
Yeah.
And she holds up a lighter. He's like, "You got a cigarette," which is the funniest, weirdest way to ask somebody for a cigarette, but I laugh. And so she gives him one, and he lights it, gets one hit, and fucking Ollie comes through, takes it out of his hand, and drops it in the champagne glass. And then eventually that champagne glass becomes an ashtray.
It does, yeah. And then he drinks it.
Then he
spits it right out.
Right out. Ugh.
What a great scene. Just his
I know
reaction.
a lot of dudes who have done that at parties.
Whoa.
Fucking drank a can of fucking ash or fucking cigar guts from rolling blood. It's like, yo, I saw a dude throw up from accidentally drinking out of the wrong can. I was like, bro, I saw about 8 different people's cigarette butts going there. I'm like, you don't want that, bro. I was like, bro, somebody might have pissed in that can. I was like, I don't even know. So he's he's clearly attracted to both these women.
Yeah.
I think he was more attracted to Rachel. Rachel's hotter.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And she was kind of forbidden fruit.
Yeah.
Because she's fucking his godfather.
Yeah, it was DH's side piece.
His side piece. And I think his chick. And I think the best part about the scene is when he points out the hypocrisy of everyone there.
Yes. And that whole speech.
The speech is fantastic. I was like, I should just put this whole thing in quotes, but I pulled out a couple little things.
Okay, I think I have the whole thing.
If you got the whole thing, spit it for him now. Because what he's basically saying that you're here, and he's got some gorilla balls because he brings you here while his wife is here. And he's supposed to be entertaining her, but he's sitting here staring at us.
I love the fact that the captain of the morality team invites his chick to the same party as his wife, who, let's face it, isn't the sharpest tool in the shed anymore. And what's more, none of their supposed mutual friends protects her. None of them bats a fucking eyelash at his hypocrisy. Yep. I love that. I really do. Embrace your moral hypocrisy, DH. Go for it. Go for it.
Loved it. Great. I was like, man, he kept it real. And of course, none of those people are going to say shit. He's a golden goose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't, come on, man. You don't bite the hand that feeds.
Yeah, exactly. They're only there for the party.
They're there for the party. They're there. He's rich.
Yeah.
He's probably helped 80% of the people there with something at one point or another. So, like, and you think this chick don't know he's fucking her?
Yeah.
She ain't fucking stupid. She know he got other bitches.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on.
But like he said to Igby earlier, even he and his wife have a contract.
They have a contract. Yes. He's like, contract. I think I have a
family should have contracts.
Family should have contracts. He basically, I got the actual quote in my quotes, but yes, he does. And it's like, dude, a marriage is a contract at the end of the day.
Yeah.
However you choose to go about executing that contract is between you and the parties, but that's what it is. His wife know what it is.
Yeah.
He got money. You want to stay in this nice house? Not have to do a goddamn thing but sit on your rich ass? He got to go out and play sometimes.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Don't embarrass me. Don't bring nothing back.
Yeah.
She know what's good.
Yeah, because that's how, like, I want to say, like, royal families always did it that way and shit like that. Yeah.
Just keep it hush. You know what's going on. We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Just don't bring no evidence of it.
Yeah, that's why Jack the Ripper had to do what he did, right? To get rid of evidence.
Get rid of that.
That's one theory. One theory of Jack the Ripper.
Oh, Jesus.
Getting rid of evidence. That's why, things were taken away.
Oh, gotta be gone.
Yeah, because there could be no evidence of anything.
None of it.
That could have been traced back to one of Queen Victoria's children.
Yep.
And not a girl.
For real, you gotta. Lord. But for real, it's.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, dudes who have his kind of money, bro, they all have girlfriends. Usually more than one.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like dudes billionaires, bro, they got a wife, they got a girlfriend, a mistress, they got it all. So it is what it is. And they all know about each other.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna start talking about Goodfellas again,
right?
Like a Goomba,
right? Hey, you buy an apartment, close by, sneak out a couple nights a week.
Yeah, Oh my God!
He said you gotta go back home, man.
Yeah.
People will start asking questions.
Yeah.
We don't want to answer. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it is what it is, bro. That's what rich guys do. It is what it is. And if you think rich women don't do the same thing, you're fucking mistaken.
Yeah, it's not just men.
Yeah, I'm like, rich women do that shit too.
Yeah.
So
Melania Trump takes care of herself, everybody.
Everybody.
It's okay.
But, so he basically when he spit that speech to Rachel, she liked it.
Oh, yeah.
And
because she was like, but I'm okay. And he's like, yeah, you're okay.
And so she gives him her number. And she's like, when you get back to the city, hit me up. Yeah. And he's like, all right. So what was it supposed to be? What was his mom's birthday? Whose birthday was it?
Yeah, he told the driver. His mom's birthday. Yes.
So he could go into the city and get a gift. Yeah. But he really was about to run away.
Yeah, because he was going to school now in D.C.
Which he doesn't want to do.
Parochial school. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He don't want to do that. Yeah. So he's like, fuck it, I'm running away. And he had a plan. He was like, I'm going to basically get my GED, so I don't have to finish. I'm almost 18, so you can almost not tell me what to do. Yeah. He did have a plan.
18 in a few months.
Yeah. That's funny. So he's like, he tells the driver, like, yo, I got to get something in the city, you know, give me a ride. Well,
and he tips him just like DH would.
DH, Yeah. And DH tipped everybody. DH tipped people he didn't need to tip. Like, it was hundreds. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, shit, I'll come do a service for you, sir. Yeah. But, as long as it don't involve, you know, nothing weird. But so he pulls up to Rachel's house. Well, he pulls up to the loft, which she's staying in for free because DH owns it. And there's rules here. The rule she has to follow is DH needs to be able to get in and out whenever he wants. Yes. She has a key above the door that needs to be there at all times. Yeah. So he pulls up and she's like, she didn't even remember him at first. And that's, now that I'm thinking about it, it makes sense now when you learn about her later. Because that was one of my we'll get there.
Yeah. So, because you're right.
I didn't know at first. I was like, I knew, I was like, something's off with her.
There's a lot of clues. Like, they never quite say what's wrong with his mom. Yes. But they allude to it. And then you see her fix her hair.
Yeah, we know what it is. Yeah,
so you know.
Yeah. I figured that out quick. Once I realized what she was wearing on her head.
DH does say something to him when they're on the bench. And he's, like, before the party and stuff. Mm-hmm. And when DH is talking to Igby about, like, coming there over the summer, he's like, you know, your mom had to go to the hospital, you know, and they found something bad. And he's like, do you know what a mastectomy is? Is actually what he says to Igby. Mm-hmm. And Igby's response was about the beach house.
Yes, it was.
It was.
Yeah. He was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He's like,
your house at the beach, right?
But I think that was his way of deflecting it.
It was. Yeah. But it also shows, like, they give you clues as to what's going on, but like the B story, let's say. Mm-hmm. So I guess they were cluing you in by her reaction. And like, it's been a month.
She barely remembered. I'm like, bro, you don't remember this kid. Like, just met him. Like, if I talk to somebody for 45 minutes a month ago, I'm going to remember that person.
And the thing is, she told him at that party that DH talks about him all the time.
Talks about him all the time. Yep. And that's like, so and I didn't even, I just didn't connect the dots. I was like, oh, she just scattered. Like, I didn't connect the dots later. But now that we're talking about it, I'm like, oh no, the writing was on the wall.
Yeah, because they show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't notice that right away until later.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was like, which I found it interesting that DH entertained that kind of situation because rich guys don't want to deal with that shit. I mean, she was hot as fuck. Yeah. But still. Yeah. I'd be like, ooh.
Well, maybe he didn't know. You know what I mean?
Maybe he didn't know right away, but he definitely knew he knew. Yeah, I was like,
after we knew he knew.
Yeah,
he obviously. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
Dude, now we're talking about, like, this movie's actually way more brilliant than I think I recognized when I watched it. So he asked her, basically, he's like, dude, can I stay here for a little bit? And she's like, bro, you know, DH pulls up here all the time. If he sees you here, you're fucked. Yeah. And he's like, bro, I'll avoid him. You won't even know I'm here. She's like, you can stay here a couple days. All right. She's like, the key is above the door. It needs to be there all time.
And actually, she didn't want to do that. Russell is the one who.
Yeah, Russ talked him into it because he's like,
she's like, there's no key.
She's like, oh yeah, there is a key. Yeah, I'm like, she definitely was trying to fight. And I get it. I'm like, I don't want this little motherfucker I barely know coming to my space either. Yeah, I don't blame her. Yeah, I'm like, like I said, I'm like, you can stay a day or two, but your ass got to go. I was like, you guys to go, youngin'. So, but we all know he likes Rachel. And at the time, when you first meet Russell, just that first scene, you realize later, no. But I was like, are they?
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, oh, no.
Well, they might have been because, it's kind of like he could have been
going both.
Yes.
Yeah, he could have.
Hedging his bets.
Yeah.
let's call it. He was hedging his bets.
I could feel that in the first half.
Because you're talking about fucking Lucky Charms.
Fucking Lucky Charms. She was pissed.
What did you do to her
Lucky Charms? Yeah, I was like, she was pissed.
I told her no one
Lorna loved. She said, I love her.
Yeah.
Me too. She ended up just sounding like Liza.
Yeah.
Great. And I'm like, all the theater nerds and shit out there probably love that.
Yes.
But,
yes.
So she's like, bet you can stay. So, hey, it starts working out. He's staying there and having a good time. And
he runs into Sookie.
He runs into Sookie out in the streets.
Yeah.
What was he doing? Panhandling?
He was.
I'm like,
he was panhandling. I think he was trying to sell stuff.
He was trying to sell shit too. Yeah. I was like, he was. He didn't have a job because
she's like dime bag.
Yep, dime bag, and he's like, he perked up real fast. So yeah, he's out on the street because he ain't got no job and he needs money, and he can't ask DH for money
because then DH will know where he is.
DH will know where he is. Yeah, so he can't ask DH for money. He can't ask anyone for money. And she's like, motherfucker, I got no money to give you.
Yeah.
And he's like, Russell, will you hire me? Maybe Russell will give me some work. But he goes out in the streets, he panhandles, and he does run into Sookie Saperstein, and she's like, hey, I met you at that stupid Hampton party. And he's like, yeah, what's good? And she's like, yeah, I'm about to smoke. And he's like, shit. He's like, I love weed. He's like you said, my mouth waters at the sound of the bong.
Yeah.
And so they go to the park, and this is one of my favorite scenes. They roll up in the park, and he has this discussion with her about the way she rolls joints.
Yeah, because she's vegetarian. Yeah.
And he figured that out through watching her and how she rolled the J. And his thing was most people roll J's as fat as they can. He's like, you rolled a sustainable J that'll get you high, but no more, no less.
Yeah.
So that's not his exact
words. Yeah.
It's just,
but that was his observation.
Yeah. He's like, so, vegetarians are more minimalist. And so that's what just made me think that. And
he is very street smart.
He's very street smart. He's just smart. He's a smart kid. Yeah. Like, he's not dumb. He's probably smarter than Ollie. But he just don't give a shit. He just don't give
he's like, these grades aren't an accurate reflection of my intelligence.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Like, he's like, yeah, Ollie, whatever, you do you, but I'm gonna do me. But Ollie was very much, I want to please everyone around me. And Igby's like, fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care.
Yeah, fuck these assholes.
Yep, fuck them. And he's like, once my dad's gone, big F you. So, because it seemed like the only person he got along with was his dad.
Yes.
From at least in his childhood.
Yeah.
And so him and Sookie, they have a good conversation. They walk through the park, smoke a fat J, and they end up going back to the apartment. And this is when DH is there, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So he gets to the apartment and the key's there. It's where it normally is.
Yes.
So he's thinking, it's all good to come in. Well, he comes in and DH sitting on the floor. Mind you.
Pants down.
Oh, I totally forgot to mention this. He has had sex with Rachel at this point.
Yeah.
He did have sex with
yes. Igby has.
Igby has. Yes. Yeah, I totally forgot to mention
No, she had sex with him.
She fucked him. Yeah, she fucked the shit out of him.
Yeah.
He just kind of laid there.
Yeah.
And took it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, hey, if Amanda Pete want to take me, take me. Like, Amanda Pete can take me. Hell, she looks so good still, dude. It's crazy. But he comes in and DH sitting on the floor in his drawers with his suit top on.
Yeah, yes.
Shirt, tie, blazer on.
Yes.
With his drawers or he's just in his drawers smoking the fattest cigar. And he's like,
that's what he does.
He's like, what's good, Igby? How you living, fella? And he's like, oh shit. And basically,
oh yeah, because that voice, Igby,
and he's
Igby.
Like, just know we got a problem. And basically, he essentially is like, I'll see y'all later. but we all know this is not good.
No.
Especially because, Rachel's pissed. She's like, fuck. He's like, well, I guess you're going to have to pay rent this month. And
yeah, which is terrible.
She's pissed off, man. And, and this was the moment where I was like, something's got to be a little bit off her. Why is she this mad to the point of physical violence?
Yes.
Because he's like, bro, I didn't know the key was there. She's like, we went to lunch, so I let him in. Like, how the fuck was he supposed to know he was there?
Yeah.
I'm like, and this is 2002, so everybody's not walking around with a phone, but these rich guys probably have phones.
Yeah, because there were cell phones.
There were cell phones. I'm like, you could have said, text existed then. I bet you could have definitely texted me like, don't come here. He's going to text you when he leaves.
Yeah.
So, but they get caught, and dude, Rachel beats the shit out of Igby, dude. Like, she beat his ass. I was like, I wouldn't fuck with this girl in a dark alley. And
well, I guess, is it because, like, she wasn't paying rent because all her money was going up?
Going to that, yeah. And that's what I was like. I started piece of shit because I was like, something's going on with her. I don't know what it is, but she got something going on because she's way too pissed about this.
Yeah.
I was like, she shouldn't be that mad. I'm like, I don't even think DH is that mad. I'm like,
yeah, because he's just like, okay, I'll go to the next one.
Yeah, he's like,
thank you next.
Thank you next. Yeah. He's like, I got tons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From DH. So he's like, okay. She beats his ass and leaves. And Suki comes up because she's waiting downstairs.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she's waiting downstairs to, for him to give him the green light to come in. And she comes up and he's all bloodied and beat up. And she's like, oh, shit. And she, starts taking care of him. He's like, man, she hits a lot harder than you would think.
Yeah.
Like, she's real tough.
Yes.
Fucking, she kisses him and, dude, they end up fucking. He fucks her right on the floor.
Yeah, he ends up. He's kind of the man.
This movie, right? I was like,
he does.
I'm like, dude, you fucked Amanda P and Claire Danes. Like, go you.
Yeah.
Claire Danes, she ain't all that. She all right, but shit. A 17-year-old gets fucked like a 23, 24-year-old like that. That's bad, bro. Like, when I was 17, bro, I bombed a 24-year-old. It was awesome. Like, was she the hottest chick? No. It was awesome fucking a chick that, old chick, she had car and money. It was dope. That was it.
Yeah.
But, so, I get it. And he clearly likes older chicks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He clearly likes
and I never thought about it being like his mom issues.
Mm-hmm. A lot of dudes with mommy issues like older women.
Yeah.
I don't have mommy issues. I just fucking like older women.
Yeah.
They're just fine to me. Listen, if someone like Jessica Chastain is 50 years old, is it wrong for me to like older women? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think
she looks way younger than she is.
It's different though once you're older, because like age isn't as, it's like,
it don't matter.
It's like, what's her name? That teacher with that student.
Yeah.
Who's like 12.
Yeah.
See, there's a difference.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Because even 17 and 24. That sounds weird for a 24-year-old chick to date a 17-year-old. But if he was 30 and you were 37, no one would give a shit.
Yeah.
It's
like,
the same. Okay, whatever. But y'all are both very grown,
Yeah, because it's after a certain point, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Because I'm like, because it's like, okay, I want to date someone 15 years older than me. Well, if you're 10 and he's 25, that's a huge fucking problem.
Yeah, now if it's 1800, it's not.
Oh, no, that's fair game. That's what you went for.
Yeah, and also, like, I remember being a kid in Catholic school, they would always tell us that Mary was 14 years old when she was with child.
With child, yeah. But she was a virgin.
And everyone knows God is old AF. So there's a real huge age gap there.
Thousands of years.
14 and eons.
Eons, yeah. We can't even keep track.
Yeah, so, it's kind of like, how religious are you? Is really the question.
Because I'm like, dude, think about it. Like, okay, 15 years, it sounds like a lot when you're young.
Yeah.
But if you're 25, like if a guy is 40 dating a 25-year-old, no one would say shit. That's really normal.
Especially because most 25-year-olds nowadays
they
look
like
40.
old. That dude.
Like, dude,
I meet some of these kids.
But dude, believe it or not, you don't look your age. You look young.
Well, thanks.
And I'm not saying that because black don't crack either. Because I've seen some rough looking.
Dude, there's dudes. Like there's dudes I went to school with. And I'm like, bro. You look like you're fucking 55. I'm like, what the fuck? And dude, like I was like, terrible. Dude, I see some people like I graduated with, and I'm like, some of them look good. Yeah. Some of them, I'm like, man, you got rough out there, huh? Yeah. And I'm like, but I know your life wasn't that rough. Yeah. But I'm like, guys, do your skincare every night. Yeah. But yeah, man, like you look young too, though, dude. So like, most people don't think you're your age. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, it's crazy. The Gen Xers are looking younger than the fucking Gen Zers, dude. I'm like, terrible? It's terrible. I'm like, I'm so glad. My sister, she's 25. I'm so glad. She still looks young. She still looks she was 18. So I'm like, you're doing it right. I mean, and then I see other 25-year-olds. I'm like, oh, I thought that dude was 36. Yeah. Shit. That's terrible. It's crazy. But yeah, some of these kids these days. And I'm like, and it's the hormones and the shit they
drinking milk.
Drinking milk crazy. And just, it's just, and a lot of these kids, bro, this day and age, they're growing up 20 times faster than back in the day. Yeah. Like, bro, and they by the time they're 8, they know everything. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you know everything by the time you're 8.
They know like way too much.
Way too much. I'm like, bro, an 8-year-old could tell you all about the reproductive system, how it happens. You know what I mean?
Well, because they've grown up with the internet, like all knowledge is at their fingertips.
Dude, it'd be right here. Yeah. They just pick up a device that weighs freaking 4 ounces. Find anything you want to know, you can find it out. Yeah. So we didn't have that. The internet, I didn't have a computer in the house full time, so I was like 10. So maybe a little younger, but it was my mom, so I never got on it. But I was like, it's rough. But yeah. So nobody cares about, the older you get, the less people give a shit about age gap, Yeah. My thing is, look, you're 18 and y'all both want to do it, go for it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, it doesn't affect my life.
Yeah, not at all.
That's how I feel about, like the whole the whole trans thing, because they're still talking about like trans athletes and stuff. The only thing I get upset about is Elliot Page's character changing in the Umbrella Academy when it wasn't like that in the comics.
Wait, they changed it?
Yeah. They changed Vanya's character to be Victor because she changed outside of it.
She transitioned while she was shooting?
Yeah. Okay. So they did that in the show, and I understand it. But at the same time, like you're an actor, men have played women and men have played, and women have played men before.
Like you've acted like a woman all your career.
Because I got into a conversation. It reminded me of us talking. I think we said it. We were talking about Michael Cera, this girl I work with, and the other night, and she's like, "Oh, and he was in Juno," and I was like, "Yeah, that movie where that dude gets pregnant."
Dude gets pregnant. My man knocked up Elliot. Fingernails. It has fingernails.
So, and that's how it came up. And I'm like, that's the only thing I get upset about is artistic choices like that don't accurately reflect the source material. And that's because I'm a nerd.
Yeah, but you're right, though. You're an actor, bro.
Yeah, just act.
Dude, Al Pacino played a fucking Cuban.
Yeah. Shout to my little friend.
Yes. Like Al Pacino played a Cuban. Men have played women. Women have played men. Like, it don't matter. It don't matter. You're an actor. Do it.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, Dom, I want you to play a woman. I'd be like, I don't think I'd make a good woman to play. I'm a little too masculine looking and sounding.
You might have to shave.
What a shame. I'd be like, y'all got bald caps for faces?
I'm sure they do, right?
Right. Like, can you get a bald cap for my face?
Yeah, because they can do that for your head.
Right.
Put wigs and stuff on it.
Like, can I get a bald cap for my face, please? So, I'm like, cool. But anywho.
Oh, yeah. So age ain't nothing but a number. That
was more.
It just goes back to it.
And the older you get, the more it really is just a number. So, but they have sex and they wake up the next day and they've been
Oliver's there.
Ollie's there, yeah. But they've been getting close, they've been hanging out and stuff. And Ollie comes through and he's like, "Listen, I'm here to give you a rude awakening. Everybody knows where you at. Your world's about to come to an end."
Oh yeah, because I guess it was after DH.
Yeah. So he's like, "Yeah, bro. So just so you know, enjoy these last couple of days because your ass about to get wrangled up soon."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fuck you, bro." And Suki's like, "I gotta go."
And she was like,
I'll see you later.
Fuck your bro.
Yeah, fuck your bro. And so she's like, Ollie's like, well, where you live? Oh, I'm going that way.
Yeah.
Give you a ride.
Yeah, he was such a creepy asshole.
Right from the jump, I was like, he's going to try and fuck this girl, bro.
Yeah.
Shit, brother. I'm like, I knew right from the fucking jump.
Well, when they first met at that party, he was like, oh, what school do you go to?
Yeah, he was.
She's like Bennington or whatever.
He was spitting.
Yeah, and so like, I think he was interested in her romantically almost before Igby was.
He might have been.
Yeah. But he was an asshole in that scene.
You were an asshole.
Because he set it all up. So
yeah, he set it up entirely. And I'm like, bro, you see
my key.
I'm like, can I come into your house? And he is drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, listen, Suki, you little hoe. You ain't even try and stop the motherfucker.
Yeah.
You didn't even do the 1950s girl. No. Yes. Don't stop. I'm like, she didn't even try that. She knew what he was doing too. You could see it on her face.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, this motherfucker's gonna make a move on me.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna let him.
Like, no offense to,
and she was sober.
And no offense to Oliver. I'll say Oliver, not Ryan. But he does have a rapey face.
He does. And that
a rapey prep school face.
Yes, in that movie, I was like, this guy would definitely roofie a chick up at a party and take full advantage.
Yeah.
And get away with it.
Yes.
So I'm like, yo, he's dressed like a prep school kid the entire film. He wears a suit all the time. Well, he looks like he's in prep school all the time.
So does Igby.
He does.
So, and that's why
at least Igby has the Hogwarts scarf to like throw it off.
Yeah, and he's disheveled.
He is.
So,
yeah, he's like, he looks. What Sue Sarandon say to him when they met for lunch? She's like, "You make homeless look good" or something.
Yeah,
like hobo. Yeah, she's like the most style. Yeah, like that. So she basically cooks him up like for being like fake fresh. Like,
this is almost like Arrested Development before Arrested Development was a thing.
I fucking watch that.
Yeah, you do, man.
Because like Jason Bateman as a teenager could have played Igby.
Oh my god,
he would have been fantastic.
Yeah, like if this was like early '80s.
Oh my god,
or I'm sorry, mid '80s. Like Teen Wolf 2 era.
He could have played Max Fisher. He could have played Igby. He could have played any of them like little rich.
He would have been our Tom Holland in the '80s.
Yes, he would have been the Tom Holland, but better.
Yes, yes.
But
God, he would have had a totally different career.
Yeah, he would have way different. So. They hook up, bro. They go to her house, and dude, she hooks up with fucking Oliver, and like, I was so annoyed. I was like, because I knew it was coming. I was like, just fuck him already. I already know it. Because he was, bro. She knew what he was trying to do from the jump.
But the thing that gets me about that is like, she sleeps with him right after she slept with Igby.
That's what I said.
And she didn't shower or anything.
Bro, I was like, you nasty bitch. I literally said that. I'm watching it. Because I was like on my computer, typing up the quotes and shit as I'm watching it. And I was like, I totally just abandoned my computer. I was just staring at the screen. I'm like, you nasty bitch. I was like, you ain't gonna go wash that pussy? I was like, come on. I'm like, yo ass probably ain't showered in like 3 days.
Yeah. She's turning into their dad.
Yeah. I'm like, yo. God.
Your mom was right. Cleanliness is chin chin.
So she hooks up with him, and the one thing I did respect though is she told his ass like what seemed like the next day or something.
Yeah.
Because she's about to get on the bus, and she's basically like, "Look, we're closer in age, and this, that, and the third." I'm like, all right, but you're only supposed to be like 20. I'm like, yes, I get it.
That's like fuck.
Yo, I literally quotes. I'm like, yo, I get it. Y'all are closer in age, but I'm like, let's keep it real. This is the guy that, people picture their lives with. He's going to be rich.
Yeah. She's thinking about her future. Yeah.
She's like, this is a guy you want to procreate with. This is a guy you want to marry. Even if I'm not that attracted to him, he's really not my type like that. Because her and Igby obviously are far better match personality-wise.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like...
Yeah, they would actually have a fun life together.
Yes, they actually hung out and enjoyed... Like, that's why he was like, well, we're still friends, right? You know what I mean? Because he's like, look, we still get along like friends. Like,
because even later on, she's like, I'm still your friend.
I'm still your friend, yeah. So I'm like, y'all are friends. So
and I'm like, how do you stay friends with exes?
Me and that bitch will be friends.
No.
You bang my brother, bro. My brother, bro.
Yeah.
My brother.
Now you're literally Bang Bros.
Yo, Bang Bros. Yo. Now, they're Eskimo bros, Bang Bros. Like, man, I'm like, damn. And you jumped in right after me, too.
Yeah.
You couldn't even let, I'm like, damn, like, you couldn't even let the stench, like, I'm like, hey, bro. I hope you ain't eat her up. You tasted me all day, nigga. I'm like, bro. I'm like, how it taste, brother? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, just so you know, when you kissed her, she swallowed all daycare. The daycare went all in it, bro. Like, shit. All the kids got fed that day. I would have been fucking with Ollie.
Yeah, because she wouldn't have even brushed her teeth.
She didn't do shit. She probably took a shot real quick.
I mean, alcohol would kill any germs.
It will kill the germs, but still, we ain't gonna get rid of the plaque. But it's probably still a little. It's probably still swimming around her gums. You know?
You can just picture like Sprouts swimming around.
But so I got real pissed at that point, and that was instantly when Suki and Ollie jumped on my worst characters.
Oh, okay.
They jumped on right there. So I was in the middle with Suki because I was like, I don't know if I like her.
Yeah.
And I was like, Claire Danes is playing the character well, but I was like, I don't know if I like the character. And I was like, nope, I don't like the character. I was like, and same thing with, in the beginning, I was like, is Ollie gonna be a decent brother? And I was like, nope, he sucks.
You can tell by the way he delivered his lines he wasn't going to be. I hate to say it.
He just plays that rich kid asshole so well.
He does.
I'm like, you would think this guy was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Parents went to Princeton and Harvard.
Yeah, I don't know if he was, but if he wasn't, he's
a good actor. Yeah. He's just a good actor, bro.
He was even good in MacGruber.
MacGruber, we keep going.
Yeah, we do. Because you know who else was in MacGruber as the villain?
Who was the villain in that?
Val Kilmer.
It was Val. Yo, I was like, it was Val.
Val Kilmer.
He did do some fun stuff towards the end of his career. Like, he's in an episode of Entourage playing a hippie drug dealer.
Really?
He's can't even tell it's him. He got a fake beard on, a wig, all this stuff. It's funny. But yeah, that's great. But yeah, so Max. God damn, you have to think about fucking Rushmore.
Yeah.
Igby is pissed, but he's not pissed enough to not talk to her or not be friends with her because he realizes him and Rachel are never going to be anything.
And like, she's probably the only real friend he's ever had.
Yeah,
because he gets kicked out of everywhere.
He gets kicked out of everywhere. Yes, and she actually understands him.
Yeah,
and she accepts him for him, and he's such an asshole, and she takes in his asshole as well because he says a lot of mean shit to her.
Oh yeah, like why don't you just laugh instead of saying that's funny?
Yeah,
it's like, God, I felt like that so many times though. Like people, why do they say that? Like that is a perfect encapsulation of.
It's got to be because you don't actually think it's funny.
Yeah,
because if you genuinely make me laugh, I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, most of the time we're talking, I'm trying to make you laugh.
Yeah, it's like, and it works.
That's why I say this crazy shit.
Yeah, so it's like I wouldn't be like, that was funny, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, like. Okay,
what?
Was it? Just say it wasn't funny then, asshole.
I'd be like Igby with that dude talking about the big picture Darwinism. What?
Yo, that dude, I was like, this guy is stoned off his ass.
Yes.
And he has no idea what's going on. I'm like, this guy.
He's trying to be like relevant and, blow your mind, but he just sounds like an idiot.
Yep.
So we're going to watch the Stone Age.
Yep. Yeah. You know what I noticed? I think there's only one scene in this whole movie where people are watching TV. And I think that's when he's staying with Russell. In the Lucky Charms scene.
Is that when they're watching that movie?
Yeah.
With Cary Grant?
Yeah.
Holiday?
I think that's the only time you ever see anyone watch TV in this film, which is interesting.
Because they're too busy. Their lives are too...
Rich people don't watch TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
honestly, TV is like...
That's very... fourth, 5th, 8th, 20th down the list.
That's probably why they call it the boob tube. And not because of boobies. No.
You can see them on it.
Yes. Not because of mammograms.
No.
Because, if you watch it, because boob
is like an idiot.
Yes. Yes.
Like an idiot.
There used to be a comic strip called Boob McNutt.
Yeah.
I know. It sounds crazy 100 years later, but that was the name of the comic strip.
Boo McNutt.
It almost sounds like something that would happen to Ronald McDonald after he gets, Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot it right here.
Yo, chill. That's so funny.
I know, because you know that's how they get the special sauce.
The special sauce, that's the Mac sauce right there. Boob McNut. It ain't $1,000 dressing. That's
man.
But he meets up with his mom, and she's like,
just so you don't think I'm crazy.
It actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I think
some thick chicks in it.
I wonder if that was a theatrical poster.
Oh, did they make a movie?
Yeah, Rube Goldberg is the guy who did it. He did other comic strips about like crazy machines. That's why sometimes you'll hear like a Rube Goldberg machine because he would do comic strips with like crazy inventions. And he also wrote the first film that had the Three Stooges in it called Soup to Nuts. Yeah, Ted Healy.
This guy has titles.
Yeah. It's kind of like the waiter spilled it. Yeah. Soup to your nuts.
Soup to your nuts.
Jeez,
I'm pissed.
I'm not going to boob it nut for a week. Sorry, Mr. McDonald. I apologize.
My bad, Ronnie.
Yeah.
He's got a white face anyway, so he's been dealing with boob McNuts. But no, so he goes to lunch to meet up with Mimi.
Yes.
And he's basically like, look here, Mimi, I want my fucking money.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, you ain't got no money.
Yeah.
She's like, it was all left to Oliver. Ollie got money, why didn't I? Well, it's all left to him. You don't get none. He's like,
and that should have clued him in.
Yep. He's like, you're lying. She's like, why would I lie? I could just tell you no.
Yes.
Like, man,
what a crazy but honest answer.
She's like, I can just tell you no. And she basically was like, yeah, I met up with Ollie and his girlfriend. He's like, oh, the one chick? She's like, no.
Oh yeah, that Connecticut girl.
Yeah, the Connecticut girl. That's what he said. She's like, no. A Jewish girl. She's like, I really like the Connecticut one because Connecticut girl is probably rich.
Yeah, and not Jewish.
And not Jewish.
Yeah, I hate to say that, but
I mean, clearly that was an issue.
And obviously Jeff Goldblum clearly
is very fucking Jewish. Jeff Goldblum is Jewish as they come. Motherfucker's last name is Goldblum.
Yeah.
Like, so he looks Jewish as shit. But so she's like, yeah, she was all right. And she didn't say anything nice about her. She said anything mean, but she didn't say anything nice either.
No, I just realized a casting choice just hit me.
For who?
For Sookie.
All right.
And it might be your casting choice.
It might be, but right
now. I'm sorry. It just hit me as we were talking.
Mine is obvious as fucking, you know it.
I know. And you know what? That's probably who I just came up with.
And I mean, she's perfect.
Yeah. Because believe it or not, we'll talk about it
now. Yep, write it down or something.
I'm going to add it as a slash.
There you go, a slash. You always got a slash.
Yeah.
So he's pissed off because he's like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Listen, dude, you gotta go to school." And she's like, "You're gonna go to school with your brother?" And yada yada. He's like, "I'm not fucking doing that." He's like, "I passed the equivalency test. I don't have to go to school. I'm almost 18. Like, I'm free." And she's like, "Oh, so what? You want this money so you can have a longer extended vacation?" Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And she's right.
Yeah, because at his age, you don't spend it all.
Yeah, so you're a fucking 18-year-old, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, probably millions.
I'm like, you don't give a fucking 18.
No,
look what happened to Justin Bieber. The fact that he didn't die is impressive. And like people come at him for his wild time. Like, listen. You gave an 18-year-old $250 million fucking dollars. Yeah, I'd be racing Ferraris, banging hoes, acting a fool too. I'm like, shit, I would have died. By 21, y'all be at my funeral. Shit,
dude. Yeah, I mean, I would say you can always invest $200 million, live off of that.
You live off
for the rest
50,
of your life, and just spend the 50 if you need to spend it.
I do that.
But now you probably would have lost it all if you would have invested it.
Yeah, invested it all here.
Yeah, like Marvin Gaye would.
Yep. Oh man.
Mark always said because he's a huge Marvin Gaye fan. Mm-hmm. He's like, man, he really has some cocaine nostrils, doesn't he?
He definitely does. Them things.
Yeah. I don't think they were always that big.
No, sir. My man could snort a whole kilo in one shot.
Just by sniffing.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
There it goes. I'm ready. Sexual healing. You know what I'm saying? It's good for me. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was talking about, coke. So he's pissed off. He leaves, but I think in the back of his head, he knew why.
Yeah.
I think in the back, because the more I think about it,
the seeds were being planted.
Seeds were being planted. I'm like, now we're talking about, I'm like, they really were.
Yeah, because DH wasn't Oliver's godfather.
No, he was not.
He wasn't helping Oliver.
No, he was not.
Yes.
And so, but the thing is Mimi is getting increasingly sick.
Yes.
And there's a whole scene where this happens earlier, but there's a whole scene where she's in the hospital. And this gay Spanish nurse is giving.
Wait, is he Spanish or Indian?
He's some.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. A brown nurse.
Yes.
This gay brown nurse. He gives this whole spiel about all the drugs she takes.
Yeah.
And it's really funny. And she's like, "You can leave. Get the fuck out." And I'm like, man, this woman don't take shit from nobody.
No.
But that's when you know she's really sick. She has wigs. She wears wigs.
Yeah.
She's only like 50-some years old.
So it's obviously the chemo. Like her hair is falling out. They don't tell you that.
They don't tell you that.
But because...
And they mention lumps.
Yeah. And because DH talked about a mastectomy very quickly.
Yep.
It's like, so she had to get the chemo and stuff.
Yeah. So I knew about 40, 45 minutes in, she definitely has cancer. I was like, she got cancer. And she's probably going to die before this ends. And then I thought about the beginning. I was like, I wonder, it circled around. I was like, I wonder if they do that for her. Because at the beginning. I
think so. I think it's her wishes.
It's her wishes, yeah. Because in the beginning, the movie makes you think they did it maliciously.
Yeah.
Because they made it seem like she was sleeping. It's like, we're just going to fucking do it.
Oh, yeah. Because even Igby says at that point, he's like, she's just taking her afternoon nap.
Taking her afternoon nap,
yeah.
What do you say? Oh, what do you say? Why? She's not even a smoker.
Yeah.
That's so funny. But, so we know she's sick as shit, and Ollie knows it's coming soon. And Ollie's been prepping for her because Ollie spends time with her and talks to her.
Yeah, they're always
hanging out. And I feel like he was trying to prep Igby for this without putting it in his face.
Yeah.
Because he's like, listen.
Because being the older brother, he has to take the brunt of everything.
Mm-hmm. And he slowly but surely does clue him along through the whole movie. Like, this is a reality you're going to soon have to face.
Yeah.
And Sookie and Igby have a plan to just run away.
Yeah, it's California. Yeah.
California.
Hey, are you a fan of Planet fan?
I am. So
you're such a big brat.
Yeah.
You're always up to no good.
I fucking love that song.
That's dude. Jason Schwartzman was their original drummer.
Really?
Yeah, that was his band.
I did not know that.
That was his band.
I love Big Brat. Cause you're always doing that.
No good.
Dude, this sound, there was a lot of good bands like that in that era, like the Yeahs.
Yeah.
I was really into them. Yeah, I was really into them. Like Phantom, I was into fucking like the White Stripes, like
Fall Out Boy.
I did love FLB.
Panic at the Disco.
Look, we're starting to get real on that side now. I was my shit growing up.
Now,
man.
Did you enjoy like Dashboard Confessional?
Oh my god, yes, dude. The song for Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that was a good song.
Was fire, Vindicated, yes.
Look, man. Oh my god, that one song, "Screaming Infidelities." Wow,
dude, they were sick, bro.
Yeah,
hands down. That was.
There's a really good Phantom Planet song. It was on the Smallville soundtrack, so it's on one of their albums. It's like, I think it's called "Lonely Day."
I'll have to listen to it.
I could tell from the minute I woke up, it's going to be a lonely, 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 lonely day.
Damn.
Rise and shine, rub the sleep out of my eyes. Try to tell myself I can't go back to bed. Their singer is really good.
Fucking day.
The singer from Phantom Planet is actually, I think,
does he vocal range?
Does he date or is he married to Brie Larson or something?
I don't know. We can find out.
Yeah, because
he probably saw fucking.
I loved Phantom Planet, man.
They were great, but he probably saw Scott Pilgrim.
Was like, hey,
yes, yeah, because she is getting hot in that music.
Yeah, like, and her voice is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He was,
wow, I can't believe. Yeah, Phantom Planet. I didn't know you didn't know Schwartzman was their original drummer.
No idea. That's insane.
I think, his acting kind of took over, but yeah, that was his band.
Alex Greenwald, is that his name?
Maybe.
Let me look up Alex Greenwald. If they are, they broke up.
Okay. Because he was in some band, if not Phantom Planet.
You are correct.
Really?
Yes, you are.
Wow.
His His birthday, October 9th.
Really?
Yep.
That's John Lennon's birthday.
Yes, it is.
And Sean Lennon's birthday.
Damn.
And Brandon Routh, who played Superman in Superman Returns.
Damn.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes. And her birthday, October 1st.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
2 Libs.
So why would 2 Libras get together?
Never works.
No, why would it?
I've tried. It don't work. It don't work. We're friends, perfect.
Yeah,
Not today.
Because obviously we're both Libras.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We also don't want to fuck each other.
That's very true.
Yeah, I think that helps a lot.
We're just always trying to impress each other with knowledge and jokes.
Yes.
So,
mind fuck.
Yeah, that's different.
That is very different. So, where were we? Oh, yeah.
California.
California.
Yeah,
so
they started going to California.
He's like, yo, she promises him, like, we're going to go, bro. No matter what, we're going to go. But, of course, she's falling deeper in love with Ali.
Of course.
And Igby is like, listen, I'm ready to go right now. I'm sick of this fucking place. He goes to her apartment, and
that speech is good, too.
One of the best scenes.
When he's talking through the door?
Yes. That was when I was like, Kieran,
Culkin. Do you want me to find it?
If you want to spit the whole thing, you can.
Yeah, because I got to find it because it's a long one.
It is long because I put one specific line in there from it in my quotes, but it is a great speech. And not only is the speech great, the acting, bro.
Yeah.
He's bringing, I was like, oh my God, this kid got some skills.
Yeah, this movie actually made me fall in love with Kieran Culkin.
That's what I was like, bro. I was like, I think I just became a big Kieran Culkin fan.
Yeah.
I was like, he knocked it out of the park.
All right, here we go. You think you're what he wants? You think you fit the picture of how he wants his life to look? Mm-hmm. You think he would bring you back to our mother as a potential wife? Mm-hmm. Our mother? Mm-hmm. Sure, she'd be nice to your face, but then the first opportunity, she'd pull him aside and warn him off.
Yeah.
Mongrel children have such a hard time fitting in, dearest. He will lie to you. He will lie to you. He will use you up and marry some inbred Darien frau who will beget him all the towel-headed brats he can afford.
Yep.
They're rigid and they're cold, and you don't know. They're cold, cold to the fucking bone.
Like, oh, yo, that's it. I was like, Kieran.
And then
I was like, okay, this kid killed it.
Yeah.
I was like, he killed it.
And it's weird to say, like, I know this is a little early, and we're kind of going long on this, but it's actually a great film we're talking about.
Yeah, I know.
It's so good. But, like, this might be his peak season, because has he ever topped this performance?
No, and so I struggle with that for peak season, because I was like, he did just win an Oscar for A Real Pain.
Yeah.
But this is a better performance, and I think this performance kind of shaped the rest of his career.
Yeah, so I was without this, he wouldn't have won.
Never would have got there without this movie.
Yes.
Because this had to, I'm sure people were like, yo, whether you like the movie or not, you can't deny the kid in the movie.
And the thing is, like, this movie wouldn't be the same if anyone else would be in it.
Oh, no. Like, I don't even know if a young Schwartzman could have pulled this off as well.
No, even like
because there's a lot of emotions he brings to it.
Idle Hands, Devin Sawa. Like he probably could have been really good.
Man, he should have had a much bigger career.
Yeah, because it was like Idle Hands. It
Final
Destination, and that one other movie with Schwartzman, where Schwartzman was like a nerd and it was like a college movie.
Oh shit. Slacker. And he was in SLC Punk with Matthew Lillard.
Oh, okay, Salt Lake City Punk.
Yes, sir. I love that movie.
Wow. Anyway, sorry, he might be the only other actor of that time period that could have done a really good job.
Because Leo would have been a little bit too old by then. Leo probably like 21 or 2 by then.
And
23.
And Ethan Embry would have been a little too old too.
Yeah.
I always liked Ethan Embry.
Mm-hmm. Man. It would have been a lot easier cast than that then.
Yeah.
Because now I got someone good, but
I wonder if like Kieran Culkin was sort of like when they cast Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. I wonder if people were like, Kieran Culkin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then they saw him and was like, Kieran Culkin.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Like, when they announced RDJ was gonna be Iron Man, I was like, dude, he's going to play the shit out of Tony Stark. Well, as long as he's sober.
Did you watch Wonder Boys yet?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah. Are we going to do it?
At some point we have
that's why I was just waiting.
We have to.
I was just waiting for we do it. I do have it, though.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, yes. Because it's like, I've been thinking about that lately, too, because I've been thinking about these more like independent type of films.
Mm-hmm.
that really shaped people's careers, and afterwards they skyrocketed.
Yep.
So, but Wonder Boys is after U.S. Marshals, which is obviously his best film of all time.
All time
best film.
All time.
U.S. Marshals.
So he goes, and bro, it's an emotional scene.
Yeah, that scene.
That's one of the.
Because then
scenes.
Oliver comes out of.
Ollie comes out. Yep.
She's like, "I'm in the shower. Go
away." And she was clearly just banging Ollie. She was in there in her underwear. Or whatever.
Yeah.
But Ollie leaves, and he says,
"So you really are a glutton
for punishment.
Yeah,
you really are a glutton for punishment." And I was like, "Man," is he though? I was like, I don't know about in this situation. I think you're just an asshole.
Yeah.
It's like, you knew he liked her, man. Like, but once I saw them in bed together, I'm like, all right, bro, that's all you. I'll lay it off.
I think he just had to prove, because Oliver, I believe Oliver knew about DH.
I do too.
So I think he's probably always competing with Igby in some way to try to be better than him. Because Oliver's dad is slippery when schizophrenic.
Yep, slippery when schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dad's a crazy person.
Yeah.
And your dad's a rich fucking dude. I wish I was like.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm annoyed that his genes are flowing through you and not mine.
Yes. And I think that's why he did it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he's like that.
It's a power play.
Yeah. That one up thing of like coming out of the door instead of her.
Yep. And he's like,
to crush him.
Crush his soul.
Yeah.
And guess what, bro? I'm the older bro, and I'm going to put you in your place.
Yeah.
And it was definitely a power play. But I'm like, God damn, it's your fucking brother, man.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if we got different dads, bro. Oh, spoiler alert. DH is fucking Igby's father.
Yeah.
So
we've been alluding to it.
Yeah, we've been dancing around it.
Yeah.
So we can talk about that, actually. We can jump ahead. So basically, Mimi, in a nutshell, asked the two boys to come and kill her, and I'm going to cut you a check.
Yes. Yes.
That's pretty much what it is. So, and Igby, all the way until the end, he still don't want to show this woman no love.
No, until she's gone. He's
like, fuck.
He's like, come back.
And that's how it would be. And it's like, it's almost like, dude, he lost both of his parents for 18. And like, that's crazy.
And the thing is, like, I think Oliver realized that Igby isn't like either one of his parents when he asked DH if he wants to see the body, and DH is like, I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow, that's such a disgusting
answer.
Yeah, because he's saying more than just what you think he's saying.
Yes, we know what the fuck he means.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, not to mention, I totally skipped over the part that DH beats the living shit out of Igby.
Yes.
Yeah, and he says because he has to.
Yeah.
He had to do it. And I think that was a father putting a son in his place.
I think it was,
and it's like, you know what, son? I've been being cool. But I'm sorry. So I need to whoop your ass a little bit because you need to do what you got to do. Because he was fucking up.
He does get slapped around a few times. That one dude at that one place.
Yep. I'm like, bro, he gets his ass kicked like 3 times.
Yeah, because actually 4 times. Because, like, the guys in military school.
Oh, yep. They fucking, that was fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Igby Goes Down. I was like, God damn.
And then the dude, the, like, psychologist guy. Because Igby's like,
he slapped.
No offense.
You know what, hearing that.
Yeah.
Hearing that.
No offense, but how good can you be if you work here?
Yeah, he slapped the shit out of him twice.
You can't hit me.
Boom. Like, yeah, I can, bitch. Yeah, fuck you. I love that he did that because I'm like, he deals with little rich assholes all day, bro. I know it's hard for him not to just fucking lay into one of them, bro. But so they give Mimi this like pudding poison shit.
I think it was yogurt.
It was yogurt, yes.
Yeah,
it was yogurt.
She's like strawberry.
Oh, isn't the point I'm supposed to be able to not throw up the poison? So they kill her and then asphyxiate her.
Yeah.
And
because the poison didn't work.
So they got to put it in their own hands, which jumps us back to the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And so now everything you saw in that very first scene makes a lot of sense.
In context. Totally different.
And so, of course, now she's gone, and there's a funny scene where they make some phone calls, and Igby.
I can't. She's dead.
She said, "Hey, yeah, she wanted me. Oh, there's only one problem." And I thought that was cool to make light of him.
Yeah, because Oliver's like he just loves delivering bad news.
Yeah, he loves delivering bad news. So, But basically, he's got a couple dollars now. He still has DH, in the back of his pocket. And he's like, hey, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm going to California.
And he's like, I'm not going to be at the funeral.
I'm not going to be at the funeral. I'm going to California. And Oliver supports him.
Yeah.
Because he gets it. And he knows he needs to leave. He knows Igby isn't a regular guy.
Yeah.
This college prep boy life ain't for him.
Is there a number where we can reach you? We?
Right, yeah, we. He said, going to California, Sunshine State.
That's Florida.
Actually, Florida, Sunshine State. Yeah. I'm like, as soon as he said that, I was like, it's the fucking Golden State, idiot.
Yeah, and he's like, it's 3,000 miles from here.
Yep, shit. I'm glad. See you.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the ending. He leaves.
Yeah, because he is actually at the funeral. He's just standing
in the back, yeah. And he has that little, moment with his dad.
Oh, yeah, he goes to Maryland. To see his not father. The only person he actually loves.
He actually loves and cares about.
Yeah. Because it was the only person who cared about him.
And then,
it's just you and me, old man.
Yep, it's just you. Oh, man. That shit hit me. So,
yeah.
I was like, damn. I'm like, he pretty much ain't got no parents now.
Yeah.
Yes, DH is your dad. But it's going to be, your relationship's never going to be.
Is he ever going to acknowledge that he's your dad?
Yeah. And I was like, and you're 18, so he don't know you shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, of course, he always going to work out. He always has.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. And I'm like, bro, the fact that DH had a kid with this woman and he's parading his wife around in front of this woman like they hang out and shit. I'm like, this dude. I'm like, rich boys play by an entirely different rule book.
And the thing is, like Mimi knew it too, and she would still go and whatever.
Because clearly, listen, DH is a likable dude. First of all, people like people with money. Second, he's handsome, he's funny, he's charismatic, he's nice to be around.
Captain Charisma,
yeah. So I get it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the film.
Yeah, that is the film. And then it ends with Igby going off in a plane. He had to go see about a girl.
I got to go see about a girl. And, I thought it was a brilliant film. I actually liked it a lot, especially as things got revealed and us talking about it actually really made me, I think I'm up at half a star on the box.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did you give it?
I gave it a 4.
Oh.
I think I'm moving up to a 4.5, man, after our discussion. Because I'm like, man, this movie is far more layered than probably people realize it on one viewing.
Yeah.
So it's an incredible film. If you're into coming of age stories, it's one you got to check out. It's one people don't really talk about enough.
I think because it was an independent film, and it may have won a few awards.
Independent shit, yeah.
But it wasn't like a big movie.
It's a low key movie, but it's got some big names in it.
It does. It's incredible. The cast is amazing.
The cast is great. All right, MVP.
Kieran Culkin. And honestly, Bert Steers, he wrote it and directed it.
Yeah, I was like, I almost threw the director. I didn't realize he wrote it too. So I had 3. I had Culkin, Amanda Peet, and Jared Harris.
You really loved them in this movie.
They were great. Yeah. They were great. You know what?
You like bohemian kind of artsy people.
I do, but they were real people.
Yeah.
Where everyone else in this movie is fake as fuck. Yeah, so I was like, they're the realest people here.
And you're right, because Russell, Jared Harris.
He was the nicest guy in the movie.
Yeah, and he ends up letting Igby stay.
Lets him stay there.
Yeah.
Gives him work.
Yeah.
He's friends with him. Don't worry. It's Russell's towel.
Yeah. That's right.
Sad.
Yeah.
I did laugh at that.
Yeah.
Peak season, it might have to be Culkin.
Yeah, because
I was thinking no one, but you might be right, man.
Yeah, because if you think about it, even his role in Scott Pilgrim is kind of based on how snarky Igby was.
Yes. Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, because he was great. I want to have his adopted babies.
Dude.
That you can imagine Igby saying that.
Yes. Yo, Kieran Culkin. The fact that he's got an MVP in 3 or 4 movies I'll watch for him is saying a lot, bro. Even in smaller roles, he'd be getting MVP. So, I had them 3, but Kieran Culkin takes the crown. He kills this, man. And he's not a likable character, and you still fuck with him.
Yeah, but he is likable.
He is likable. Yeah. As you get to know him, as it goes on, you're like, you know what, I could chill with this kid. But there's a lot of times you're like, God, smack shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he would need it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hence why he gets beat up so much in this movie.
Yes. Yeah.
So, all right, best quotes. I'll run through mine. You can fill them in.
Okay.
We went through a couple good ones.
Yeah, those really good ones.
Yeah.
Probably the two best.
Why couldn't she have been a fucking smoker? I think it's the first line of the movie.
Yeah.
Good personal hygiene is one of the essential disciplines a man can have in the world.
That's it. Chin chin, boys.
Chin chin, boys. I was in college. Igby is not my fault.
Yes. Yeah. How could you let your brother do this?
Right? I'm like,
I was in college.
Right? I'm like, yeah, it's my fault. And Igby Goes Down.
Oh, yes.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
He was my best buddy. Then his rifle backfired and blew his brains out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Right after that, there's a really good, because it's that story. Hold on, if you don't mind indulging me. Because it's so funny. Oh, my God. I wish I could find it. Oh, yeah, Turtle. He was my best buddy. Then his rifle backfired and blew his face off. We all learned a valuable lesson about weapon maintenance that day. Why didn't the school inform me? It wasn't the school's fault. They were great about it. Paid for the dry cleaning and everything. Not because they had to, but because it was the right thing to do. And the way he said it, it's like, wow.
That's what I was like. There's a lot of lines in this movie. And, like, there was a lot of, pretty big words in here for a 17-year-old kid to come in 2 weeks and to get this script down. Genius.
Yeah.
Really? You sound older than 11. Yeah, it must be the cigarettes. Bro, I started laughing so hard at that part. I'm like, this man is trying to get at this dude. You're pretending to be a teacher, trying to get at your boy's little sister.
Yeah, and then you realize she's only 11.
Yeah, it must be the cigarettes. I was like, I started laughing so hard. You get tense because you pop speed like candy.
Yes.
That was what she was talking to the fucking...
to the nurse.
The nurse, yes. All the best relationships are based on contracts.
Yes.
I was like, yep. You've been a very bad older brother, and yet you're the one he hates.
Yes. What a powerful scene, too.
Are you somebody's daughter? I was like, this guy... got a light and a cigarette.
Yeah.
What kind of name is Igby? It's the kind of name someone named Sookie shouldn't question. That shit had me crazy.
Yes.
It was that line that I was like, all right, this motherfucker's funny. I was like, this motherfucker's funny. Embrace your moral hypocrisy, DH. Go for it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
You can't stay here. I don't even stay here.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Paint? I'm a performance artist. Oh, so you don't paint.
Yeah. Hey, what kind of art do you do? Yeah. What kind of art do I do?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. You're that boy from the Hamptons party. Iggy.
Oh, right. Yeah. Igby.
Yeah, Igby. You bitch. It's my ball, you cunt face.
Oh, yeah, the girls.
Tennis.
Yes.
I was like,
yeah.
Yo.
Like, wow.
Like, the girls playing tennis are cracking me up. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Wait, was it field hockey?
It was field hockey. Yes, it was. I was like, it was something.
They had the trash cans.
Yes, there.
Yeah, it's my ball, cunt face.
Cunt face. I was like,
wow.
Are you a vegetarian? Why? I've never seen someone roll a joint like that.
Yes.
This was one of my favorite lines in the film, and it comes from my man Russell. And Frank, the soldiers are gone. Come out and play.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
He's like, where did you get these? The military? Can I have them? No. Slams to his face. I was like, dude, Russell is awesome. You have a huge crush on me, don't you? Fuck off. That's what Sookie said to him. You call your mother Mimi? Heinous one is a bit cumbersome. The flag. Oh man. She said, "I'm not a Jap." We remember they were walking down the street.
You know what a Jap is?
I don't think a Japanese person.
No, Jewish American princess. That's what that is.
Let's start calling Japs that.
Yeah, they used to also call them Jewesses. like in the 70s. And I only found this out because there was an old SNL sketch with Gilda Radner where they had Jewess jeans. Yeah.
Jewess jeans.
Yeah. So Jab is Jewish American princess.
I like Jab.
Because Sookie is Jewish, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
That's what I was like, Saperstein.
Call her Jab?
Yeah, it's J, capital A, capital B.
I was like, Saperstein is absolutely Jewish as fuck.
Yeah, that is definitely not Japanese.
I was like,
now, she may have been turning Japanese.
Oh, yeah. She was doing a lot of, yeah. Well, his mind functions only to make money. That's what Ollie said about DH.
Yeah.
Lesbian? No, just a failed heterosexual. I started laughing. Evil niblet fuck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he's your brother. You act like you hate him. I do hate him. Mm-hmm. He's totally hateable. Evil niblet fuck.
Evil niblet fuck.
Yeah.
I think you've been pissing in the well from which you drink. That was real. Humor me and fuck off. You think he bring you back to our mother?
Oh, yeah.
They are cold, cold, cold to the fucking bone. I was like, man, he brought 100 on that. I know a girl from Baltimore.
Oh, yeah. That's a great scene. Yeah, so do I.
So do I.
Who is this?
Who is this? The drugs. That old lady's like, oh,
that's when he starts working for Russell.
Working for Russ, yeah. If there were a guy, he would have acted a lot sooner. I take it you know DH is your father. No. I'm glad I told you.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
I'm afraid she can't because she's dead.
Yeah.
You going to California? Yes, the Sunshine State. Actually, Florida is the Sunshine State. And that's all I got.
So this is when Oliver's telling the story about Digby Bear and how
how I got his name. Yeah.
So it's like we started calling him Igby whenever he lied, and he lied a lot.
A lot. I was like, that was a lot.
How about this? You're a furious boy. I mean, eventually you won't be a boy, and it'll eat you up. Furious boy. The thought that I'm going to live my life without ever having told her to fuck off is pretty goddamn
infuriating. Yeah.
There was that scene at the party when Bunny, DH's wife, comes up to him and she's like, Igby, I can eat you with a spoon. And he's like, don't.
I can eat you with a spoon.
Oh, my God. This other... his like really long speeches are the best.
Mm-hmm.
When he's at his ex-teacher's house delivering drugs. He was 10 speeding a gazillion miles per hour from Central Park. You know, racing with all the other young Turks. When all of a sudden he caught a glimpse of himself in the handlebar mirror and became so aroused by it that he burst his Speedo shorts, which then got caught in the gears and threw him right on his face.
Flattered. He's like, and the guy, definitely the guy scraped his face up and put it on ice. That whole part, if I was that teacher, I'd be like, bro, shut the fuck up.
And then she tries to be an asshole to him about how he used to treat her when he was a kid, and then he's like, do you guys want me to cut this way?
Oh, that shit's funny as hell.
Yeah, he is, God, he's so good. Why aren't you in school now? Sheer ingenuity? You're funny. How about when, oh my God, when the dude from the military academy goes to the hotel, and he's like, what are you doing here right now? And he's like, the Four Seasons was booked.
Yeah. That show was funny.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, he was funny as shit.
I believe that certain people in life are meant to fall by the wayside, to serve as warnings to the rest of us, signposts along the way. To where? Success. Our father would be a slippery when schizophrenic sign, for instance. Along the highway of life.
Along the highway of life.
That's probably Oliver's funniest line.
Yo, it really is.
Yeah. Because the way he delivers that line is like, wow.
Mm. And then that whole, well, we'll get there. We'll watch. We'll see it.
Yeah. And anyway, there's so many. We could just...
we could run on. That's what I was like, there's tons.
Yeah.
There's tons. All right. What's age the best?
Honestly, I think any coming-of-age film ages well when you realize the time period in which it takes place. So for like an early aughts, I'm running away from my rich white boy problems film. I think it's all aged pretty well. Even like the drug use, because it shows the difference between like rich people using drugs
and poor people using drugs. I said the same shit. I was like, rich people pop pills and shit. Poor people do other shit. Poor people smoke weed and do heroin, meth, whatever.
And like, rich people are just doing the prescription shit. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I have what's aged best. I have the writing and Amanda Peet.
Honestly, Kieran Culkin almost looks the same.
He pretty much looks the same too.
If he would shave, he'd look as young as he did then.
He literally just looks the same, just like he had puberty.
Yeah.
What's aged the worst? I have rich kid problems.
About like kind of like, well, I don't know what's the age of consent in New York, because he's 17, so I'd say raping.
It's probably 16
teenagers. Yeah, it probably is.
I mean, statutory.
Yeah.
Listen, let's keep it real. In 2000,
and he wasn't going to say no.
Yeah, he ain't gonna say no.
Yeah.
And he ain't gonna tell nobody. In 2002, even if people knew she fucked him, nothing would happen.
And I did mention this earlier as one of the things that aged the best: the soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
The Dandy Warhols, early Coldplay, Travis.
I forgot Coldplay.
Like, oh my god, every song in there is just incredible.
There was some good. It flowed. The music flowed for sure.
Yeah,
the soundtrack definitely aged best. Most rewatchable scenes. Also, Susan's friend has aged fantastically.
Oh yes, you did say that. Yes.
Most rewatchable scenes. I had the opening scene.
Yes.
I had when the counselor hits him upside the head.
Anything with Kieran Culkin. You just say anything with Kieran Culkin.
Which is
because he made all those scenes.
Which is an hour and 27 minutes of an hour and 30-minute movie.
Yeah.
I said when they're redoing the property, Rachel and DH come in.
Oh, yeah.
The party scene. When he pulls up to Rachel's apartment. When him and Sookie smoke in the park. When Igby comes back and DH is smoking in his underwear. Rachel beats his ass.
Yeah.
So Rachel meets with DH and he leaves.
Yeah.
Oh, that part.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't talk about that.
Oh, yeah, because Igby and Russell like do what they can to make her look.
Yep,
good.
Dude. She still looked good.
But you know what I mean.
But she was strung out. Yeah, she was all pale and looking. You know what I mean. But after they got her done up, she looked good, man.
Yeah, she was looking like Jackie O.
She was.
Yeah,
Jackie O. I was like, oh, she looks good. And I'm like, dang, he just got off the lunch. I'd be like, I'd still have lunch with her.
Yeah.
I'd be like, can I help you? I'd try to help. You're rich, bro. You can help this girl.
Yeah, but
help her. I'll be like, you want to go to rehab? Like, I'll pay for it. Fuck it.
They tried to make me go to rehab, and I said
no.
Then
she
she
had a great voice, so my lord, what a voice.
She did.
Yeah.
Her and Duffy and Adele, I think, all came out around the same time.
Yeah, they did. All strong ass voices.
Yeah, like soulful, like Motown almost.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I thought Adele was black when I first heard her.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't see her. I just heard her. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, is this a black lady? Nope. I was like, oh, it's a white British chick. I was like, okay. I had when Igby meets with Mimi about his money. When DH beats up Igby.
Yes, yeah.
A lot of these involve Igby getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, they have to.
When he tries to get Sookie to come with him in the hallway.
Yes.
When he finds Rachel in the bathroom with Russell's.
Yeah, because she's strung out sitting on the toilet.
Yep. But it was sad when she was like, does DH miss me?
Yeah.
You know the answer is no.
Yes.
He might miss you, but he don't want you.
Yeah.
You know? I said, when they go to kill Mimi.
Yeah.
And then the final scene when the farewell.
Yeah.
And when he talks to his dad.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just you and I, old man. All right. Best characters. I had Igby, Rachel, and Russell.
Yeah. I agree.
They're the best.
I do agree, yes.
Because like I said, Igby, obviously, if Igby wasn't the lead, he'd probably be in worse characters.
Yes.
But because we follow him, we understand.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Max Picture.
Yes, yes.
Like, yes, Max is the best character, but he's an asshole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rachel and Russell are the most human people in this movie. This movie needs them.
Yeah,
because everything is so fake. Yes.
Yeah, because not everyone can relate, like you said, to that, like, rich white people problem.
Yep. And I'm like, but everybody can relate to Russell and Rachel because everybody's needed help with money. Everybody's been looking for work. So you might have a drug problem. You might be gay, whatever.
I don't know. Russell knows who Lorna Luft is.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I do, but just because, Felicia loves Grease, too.
Yes. My favorite movie.
Yes. Favorite movie of all time.
Worst characters. Ollie, D.H., Mimi, Suki Saberstein.
Yes.
That's right.
And those are all the characters in the film.
That's all the main players.
Yeah.
If you want, you can throw Bill Pullman in best, but he's not in it enough.
Yeah, you're right, because since he's not in it enough.
He's just not in it enough.
And we don't know what his character was like before his schizophrenia.
Yep, that's only, we just don't get enough info on it.
Yeah.
And that leads me to my nitpicks. The first 20 minutes. I know they probably wanted to keep this at a nice, between an hour and a half and an hour and 45. I would have been fine adding 10 more minutes to just explain a little bit more the dynamic with Bill Pullman. And
they could have had an extra half hour.
Yeah. If they would have made it 2 hours, I would have been totally fine.
Just because it would have been another Culkin acting when they're younger. Like you said, Rory Culkin played him younger.
Yep.
And, I don't mind that. I don't mind seeing non-Macaulays, as far as Culkins go, act, because they're all really good.
They're all good.
Macaulay's good, too, but he'll always be Kevin...
Oh, yeah, Kevin McAllister. Yeah.
I would say Kevin Arnold because I love the Wonder Years. So,
Kevin Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll always be Kev.
Yeah. Whereas, Kieran broke out of, that kind of mold.
Yeah, he broke out. Yeah. And now you got Oscar. So.
Yeah, so.
My nitpicks, like I said, did you have any nitpicks?
Actually, no.
I was like, and it's not even a nitpick. I just wish it was longer. That's it. It's not even that. I promise I want it to be a little longer.
I had a nickel for every time I heard that. Oh, it's terrible.
This fucking bro.
White people problem.
This fucking guy. Oh, my Lord. All right. Recasting couch.
Here we go.
All right. Who you got for Igby?
Believe it or not, one of my go-tos, Noah Schnapp.
He would be okay. He would be okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got the acting chops, but who the fuck did we say earlier we were talking about? Not Tom Holland. We said the kid from the Holdovers.
Oh, yeah.
He would be good.
Yeah, Dominic
Sesso.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, honestly, he would probably be perfect.
He would. But I got somebody else for you.
Okay.
They're young. They're only 22. Gabriel LaBelle.
Oh, from Saturday Night.
Shorter.
Yeah.
Kind of.
He can act. Yes,
I think he could do it. But I'm cool with Dominic Sesso, too. He actually might be better for it.
And
because after seeing him in the Holdovers, he can play that prep school.
Yes, the prep school kid. That's what I'm thinking.
I actually think I like him.
Yeah.
Came up with him out of nowhere. So, yeah, I think that's the choice. Yeah, Dominic Sesso. Who'd you have for Ollie?
I had, I'm going to mispronounce his name, Dacre Montgomery.
Dacre.
He played Sadie Sink's brother in Stranger Things. That dude that was like the lifeguard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he gets fucked up.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Billy.
Billy, yes, thank you, Billy.
Hands.
Yeah, and he was in like the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. He would be good.
I think he would have that like Oliver assholeness.
How old is he?
He's probably in his mid 20s.
He's probably right. Because I was just trying to
because Ryan was
like 26 or 7.
Yeah, he was.
So I was trying to stay in that bracket.
So was I. And that's why I picked him.
That's a good pick, though. And he does have that kind of douchey asshole
Okay, he's
look.
30. I'm so sorry.
That's not that bad.
Yeah.
He looks younger.
Yeah, he does.
I went with Jacob Elordi.
Oh, I know who you mean. Yeah.
He's a little bit tall.
Yeah, he is tall.
God, he plays rich asshole so well.
Yeah, because he was in the running to be Superman in Gun Superman.
He would have been good, man.
Yeah.
He would have been good. He plays Elvis in the Priscilla movie. Fucking knocks it out the park. Yeah. I was all right, Jacob. I'm fucking with you. Mimi, who'd you have?
I put Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Oh, yes, there we go. All right.
That's it then.
All right.
I was like, gotta be Katie B. DH.
Okay, I have two.
I have two as well.
I was thinking Joel McHale. From Community.
Oh, he's the right age now.
Yes.
Yeah, he would be good. He always plays like a rich, snarky guy. Yeah, that's good.
Either Joel McHale or, bear with me here, Conan O'Brien.
He would bring such a charm to it.
He would. Because he has that charisma.
He does.
But so does Joel McHale.
He might be a little bit too old, though.
Yeah, he is like 60 now.
Yeah, I'm like, he might be too old. But
Joel McHale.
Conan O'Brien 10 years ago, I would totally be down with that.
Yeah.
But McHale would be good too.
Yeah. Who do you
I
have?
have two. I also have two. I have Robert Downey Jr. He's just a little short. That's what the issue.
Short, but he was incredible.
Oh, yeah, because he'd bring that same energy Goldblum could.
Yeah.
He was like 4 inches taller. Oh, he'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Or I had Sammy Rocks.
You know, I love me some Sam Rockwell.
Me too, bro.
Yeah. Oh, that's a tough
Joel
one.
McHale, though.
Because I was thinking of the height. You need the height.
Yes, the height matters. It does matter. It really does.
Yeah, this is the one time where size matters.
Yes. I think we should go with Joel McHale.
Okay.
I like that. He's played that kind of role before. He can do it. Rachel, I went with someone you kind of put me on to.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, who? Because I use someone you usually said.
For Rachel, I went with Vanessa Kirby.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. She's got that. She's tall, slender, pretty. I feel like I saw her in a Shia LaBeouf movie called Pieces of a Woman, which actually she's a lead, but it's called Pieces of a Woman.
Yeah.
She's fucking incredible in that.
She's going to be Sue Storm in Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And she was in Hobbs and Shaw, the Fast and Furious joint.
Wait.
I said Anya Taylor-Joy.
I like her too. She might be a little too young. She's only like 26.
Oh, okay.
That was my thing. I was like, I think Rachel's got to be like 30, between 30 and 33.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was thinking.
How old's Vanessa Kirby? Is she
She's like 33.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I want to be Curbs.
Okay.
But
I could see that.
But I do, I love me some Anya Taylor, and of course she would play it well.
Yeah.
I'm just like, she's young, kind of short. Well, because Kirby got a little height on her.
But see, in the film, Amanda Peet and Igby were about the same height.
Were they?
Yeah, you could. They were standing next to each other at the party.
How tall is Kieran Culkin? He's
not
probably
like 5'8". I think he's like 5'6" or something.
Yeah, that's fucking short.
Yeah,
like 5'8", 5'6", something like that. Okay, we get Anya Taylor. She's 5'6", I think. Maybe she's 5'4". Let's see how tall Anya Taylor is. Hold on. ATJ. Speaking of ATJ, oh, she's 28. I'm gonna have to watch. And she's 5'8". Holy shit! I did not realize she was that fucking tall.
Yeah, and
all right, we can do ATJ, bro.
And Kieran is 5'6".
Damn, he's short.
Yeah,
we can. Damn, is Anya too tall for him?
well, that might be a good thing to show.
Because Gabriel LaBelle's probably like 5'6".
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
But Dominic Sesso is probably like 6'1".
Yeah,
so we could get Dominic Sesso and fucking Anya Taylor. Yeah. We'll roll with that. All right, ATJ. Siggy Saperstein.
Now, the one that I just typed in was Rachel Sennott.
I love her.
Right?
I love her. Jewish look.
Yeah.
I love her, but I went with a blonde.
I also said Maya Hawke.
Oh, too ugly.
Okay. Okay.
And your daughter thinks she's so cute. I'm
really?
like fish. She is hideous. I just watched a movie with her called Do Revenge. I really liked it, actually. She was good in it. She is so not cute. But then again, Uma Thurman ain't that cute either. I'm like, Ethan's the best looking out of all of them.
He is.
I'm like,
I hate to say that, but yeah, he is. Yeah. Especially like Reality Bites era.
Yeah. Especially like now. He's aging well. He looks great.
Oh, so you're thinking like Moon Knight era Ethan Hawke.
I'm thinking right now era. No. Suki, I went with Saoirse Ronan.
Okay, I could see it.
She played. You gotta watch the Outrun, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, Saoirse Ronan. She's a goddess, bro. She's a little older, but she looks good. But who'd you say? You said
Rachel Sennott.
Rachel's. I love me some Rachel.
I know you do. And she's worked with Gabriel LaBeouf.
Yeah, we're
using Sessa.
Now, if we were using Gabriel, or we could if we wanted to pair them back up.
Yeah,
go Gabriel and use her.
Yeah,
I like Dominic for it, man.
Yeah, I do too. But because, like we said, we've seen him.
Still use Rachel though.
Yeah,
we use Rachel. I'm totally down for her. Ma Russell is a weird one.
Okay,
it's gonna be off. Who you got for Russell?
Bill Hader.
Oh my god. I like that. How old is he? Like 45?
Yeah.
That's perfect. Because I think Jared Harris. I think he was like 41. And so that's perfect. I had Dave Franco.
Oh my God!
I wanted James, but he was too old.
You know what? Dave Franco.
He does have that little femboy thing going on.
He does, but honestly, James Franco would be. Really
that's what I was like. I wanted James. He's too old now. I think James Franco's like 50.
And look, Allison Brie would probably be really good for.
She'd be good for Rachel.
Rachel, yeah,
she would be good for Rachel.
And she worked with Joel McHale before, so they already have chemistry.
That could work.
Yeah,
because I definitely want Joel McHale for DH.
Yeah. Now, how about director? What did you say?
Who you like for Russell then? I kind of like Bill Hader.
Bill Hader, yeah.
Yeah, because, God, James Franco was 5 years younger, though.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
God, honestly, James Franco would be perfect.
He's
honestly, how about James Franco?
Fuck it.
Even
just young. It doesn't matter how old Russell really is.
No, because he's an artist.
He's an artist.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
he's an artist.
All right, we'll go with James.
Yeah, James Franco is a better choice.
Right for that. For director, I had, who you brought up earlier, Alexander Payne and Noah Baumbach.
You know who I said? And there's going to be backlash. And I get it. But because this is a deeply New York film, Woody Allen.
Oh, I love that. It'll be backlash from the people.
Oh, yeah,
not from me.
Oh, yeah, not from you. I meant from people in general.
I love Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Woody Allen could direct the shit out of this.
Yeah.
And it's got all his favorite tropes in it. Cheating, rich people, Jewish people,
New York.
Yeah, it's got all his favorite shit in it.
Yes.
Age gaps.
Yes.
This is a Woody Allen. He probably saw this movie and was like, masterpiece. He probably got it on Criterion Blu-ray, the most expensive version. Yeah, because I actually love that. Yes, yeah. Woody fucking Allen, let's do it.
All right.
I like that.
Wow.
Because Noah Baumbach's super New York too, but Woody Allen's like New York.
Yeah.
The only other person.
Mark Scorsese.
Yeah, I was like, Scorsese's the only dude who's maybe.
And it's not a crime drama. Or I would have picked him.
We would have went with him. Yes. So if you want a romance relationship drama in New York, you go with Woody. You want a crime drama in New York, you go with Marty.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. I love that. Yeah, that's good.
Wow.
Unanswerable questions. Was Rachel that bad for the duration of it all, or did it get worse after Igby pulled up?
Oh, like was he like a catalyst for? That's a good question. That's a really good question.
Because she seemed fine when they first met.
Yeah, because what if him staying there caused her to stress out so much that she just started using?
I mean, she did start sleeping with him, and I'm like, I think she had a little crush on Igby.
Yeah, and we only know of one time. It could have been more than once.
They definitely fucked more than once.
Yeah.
I definitely think they had sex more than once.
Yeah.
Or she fucked him more than once.
Yeah.
She was like, he was just like, you see pouncing. Yeah, that was my question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
You got one?
Well,
what happens in California?
Yeah, what happens in California? You read my mind.
Yep.
Because that's the only thing. Like, what? I wish there would have been like some kind of sequel just to see what he did in California, or just starting out.
If they could have just made like a dope 30-minute short film.
Yeah,
that would have been fun.
Exactly.
Like
Hotel Chevalier. Yes.
Just keep reading my man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yes, exactly.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
And can we please squeeze Natalie Portman somewhere in there?
Without clothing.
Yes. She can be clothed. It don't matter. Dude, I just watched a movie with her. It's a Wong Kar-wai film, his first American film, because he's a South Korean director. My Blueberry Nights. It's Norah Jones is the lead.
Really?
Yeah.
The singer?
Yeah. She's actually decent.
Ravi Shankar's daughter.
Yep. You win a bunch of Grammys, you got to go do a movie then.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hell, she won 4 or 5 Grammys that year?
I think so.
Yeah.
And
Come Away With Me is one of my favorite albums.
I think the guy just didn't know what he was doing there. Is that why she didn't come?
He must not have known.
She didn't know why.
Use your tongue if all those sounds. You know what I'm saying?
You'll finger it out.
Yeah, you'll finger. Yes, you will. No, she was actually pretty decent, but I'm like, Norah Jones, I'm like, oh, she's a cute lady. Until Rachel Weisz and Natalie Portman show up and they completely just blow Norah Jones out the water.
Yeah,
God, Rachel Weisz was looking so good in this film. And then they showed Nat. Oh my god!
You like fine wines. That's what I just realized.
Fucking do.
You like fine wines.
Natalie had this short, blonde, curly hair. Her skin was like radiating. Whew, she was looking. I was like, God damn, Nat. Rachel. Daniel Craig That lucky son of a bitch, bro. I was watching The Favorite a few weeks ago.
Wait a second. You saw his body when he came out of the water in Casino Royale. Isn't she the lucky one?
No.
Okay. Just checking. No.
He did look good in Casino Royale.
Dude, he looked
That was
great.
Also 2006.
And, dude, I'm straight. And I'm like, he looks incredible.
He came out, I was like, damn, Danny. I was like, damn, Danny.
I know. This James Bond is going to kick everyone's ass.
Yes, sir. Dude, that Casino Royale is fucking badass. Dude.
Yeah. Skyfall is the best one of his.
Skyfall is the best one.
Sam Mendes knocked it out of the park.
Casino Royale is too, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Quantum of Solace, dead last.
Yeah, it has to be.
Poop. I was like, why did I watch this?
It was just there to lead us to Skyfall.
Yes, it was the biggest filler moment of all time.
It was, yeah.
It really was. Yeah.
But Daniel Craig still made it good.
He did what he could. Yeah. It has its parts.
Yeah.
Overall, I was like, yeah. All right. Probably one for the movie.
Probably like his jacket and scarf.
I had the Hogwarts scarf.
Yeah.
The Hogwarts scarf. I was like, it's crazy. Harry Potter wasn't that popular yet when it came out.
Only the first film would have been out.
First movie was out. Yeah, and they probably shot this while that movie was coming out. So they probably weren't even influenced by it.
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm like, so,
that's the crazy part.
Yeah, I was like, probably has no influence. All right, man, give it a grade.
I give it an A.
I gotta give it an A now because I'm like, I was in the B+ range, and now we talked about it. I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a 93%.
Yeah, it's a lot deeper than you realize.
Yes, and that's why we have to have these discussions, people.
Yes.
Because y'all be like, oh, this movie sucks, and then you listen, and you're like, you know what? It doesn't suck that much.
Yeah.
So
I thought it sucked more.
Yeah,
but I was wrong.
It sucked less.
Yes.
You know? If it was a woman, I'd be complaining. But
and because of your age range, you can be like, "Hey, honey, take your teeth out."
Yeah,
I don't want any damage.
No damage. Take them out.
You be Gumby, I'll be Pokey.
God, I was literally about to say my favorite character is Gumby. I'd be like, hey, don't act like a blockhead.
Blockheads.
Blockheads.
Wow.
Dude, that was like my mom's favorite like kid show.
Really?
She was young, so she used to always show it to me.
That was crazy claymation.
Yeah, dude, that was
incredible
talented.
for the time.
That was talent for the time.
Because stop motion, oh my God.
Dude, it's hard. It takes forever.
It's very difficult.
Yeah. All right, guys, so A's across the board. So, what the fuck did we say we were going to do? Clarence. The Book of Clarence. We're time to get religious on y'all.
We're taking an intermission because next week is Easter.
Yep.
So the intermission is we're going to do an Easter movie. Yep. And this is our Easter movie.
Yes, and it's one I can actually get down with.
Yeah. Well, damn.
Y'all, you know what? I want y'all to watch the Book of Clarence beforehand so you can come and watch that and know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because it on the surface, it seems like it's going to be dumb, but it goes way deeper than you think.
Oh, my God.
The ending was crazy.
And Lakeith Stanfield.
Amazing. That dude, he's got a nice career ahead of him.
Yeah. And he's just... That and that remake of Haunted Mansion. He was good in that, too.
He killed it in that.
Yeah.
He killed it in that.
Yeah.
Dude, and...
Green Screen Fest.
You gotta watch Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh, you did tell me about that.
Dude,
yeah,
he got the Oscar nom for that. He killed it in that. I was like, okay.
Honestly, I just realized now that we're talking, just really quick, if they would replace Black Panther with anyone, it would probably have to be him.
Yeah,
he's probably the only guy that would have the charisma.
The charisma and the look.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's not super big, but like he can put some muscle on.
Yeah. Just do the Marvel diet, whatever that is.
He's like my age. Like,
yeah. So
Marvel diet.
Yeah.
Steroids.
Yeah. Of course.